into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Youth Day edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Carl Wasty. Goeiemorgen. Good morning. I hope you're feeling youthful because we are celebrating the efforts of the youth in the past. We show solidarity, we show knowledge, we give you information about it. And the thing is, it's not only the youth of the past, but it's the present and it's the future that we have to inspire today on Youth Day. So some of Cape Town's biggest personalities will be marking the day at the V&A Waterfront's Battery Park with a sensational event, and we cannot wait to find out all about it. So much information, so much celebration, and then of course animals. We have to have animals. So the Mzananda Animal Clinic, who are hosting a Youth Day walk. It's a doggy walk today for disadvantaged kids. They will be bringing along some four-legged furry friends. That's right, there will be dogs on your TV. Suddenly, it just feels better. And finally, the Artscape brings you the iconic Youth Jazz Festival. Oh, I love jazz. And they're here to entertain us all the way through till 9 a.m. So we have everything you need for a Youth Day. If you've woken up with us for a public holiday, we thank you. Let's be inspired by it. Let's throw it back. Let's focus on today and let's plot our path to the future because it is Youth Day. Now, somebody who is unbelievably youthful, a man that looks 21 all the time, is this man over here. Look at him.
I think you've just taken 2.5 minutes to tell the whole world that I'm really immature, dude. I just have a feeling that's what you've just said, which is completely true, and I'll take it, man. I absolutely love it. I embrace it. I can promise you, if you're looking for a place to be inspired as a young person, you are in the right spot. And if you're one of the older generations who are looking to hopefully pass on that mantle and hopefully remind this amazing young generation of how far we've come, you're also in the right place. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. But lest we forget, real life is happening right now, and for a lot of our matriculants, those in the throes of their academic trajectory, it is exam time. In fact, some of the Herschel girls yesterday had to rush out to go and write their exams. So how do you guys deal with it? What do you do to cope with the stress of exams? And trust me, there is a lot of tension and stress involved. We'd love to hear from you. Please give us some voice notes. Just drop us a line, 063-408-8863. That's our WhatsApp line. We'd love to hear from you this morning. But right now, let's bring you up to speed with the latest talking points of this Youth Day celebration here in South Africa. And Zoe's got the news details.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's start off with your national headlines. Only 41 of South Africa's 256 municipalities have obtained clean audits for the 2020-2021 financial year. The Auditor General, Tsakani Maluleka, said no municipalities achieved a clean audit in the Free State. The Western Cape achieved 22 clean audits, which was the most of all the provinces. Maluleka said Limpopo was the only province that had improved significantly. She said only 25% of all municipalities had submitted credible financial reports, despite the fact that more than 1.2 billion rand has been spent on them. And staying with local news, the largest disaster response non-governmental organization of African origin on the continent, Gift of the Givers, in collaboration with several manufacturers, has donated 5 million rand for water supply in the Nelson Mandela Bay metro areas. The residents of Tropica are facing disaster due to a continuing water shortage in the area. The donation will enable Gift of the Givers to transport drilling equipment to Tropica to sink boreholes for residents to be supplied with water. Operations Manager Ali Sablé said that sites had already been identified for the boreholes. And moving to news abroad, French troops operating close to the border between Mali and Niger have apprehended a senior figure in the Islamic State in Greater Sahara. The French army announced that Omeya Ould Al-Kabakai was captured at night during the operation that had been underway in the Sahel region since 2013. Al-Bakai was the leader of the group, also affiliated with ISIS. The French army said he was also responsible for the coordination of a network implementing explosive devices. And staying with news abroad, authorities in Saudi Arabia have been seizing rainbow-colored toys and children's clothing, which they claim encourage homosexuality. On TV, Commerce Ministry officials could be seen removing a range of items from shops in the capital. Now, they included the hair clips, poppets, t-shirts, hats, pencil cases. And officials said the items, and I quote, contradict the Islamic faith and public morals and promote homosexual colors targeting the younger generation, end of quote. Now, shops found selling them could face legal penalties, the officials said. And bringing it back home, Master KG's Jerusalema has become the first song by an African artist to garner 500 million views on YouTube. The hit song featuring Nomcebo took the world by storm some 2 years ago during the first few months of COVID-19, mainly because of the accompanying Jerusalema Dance Challenge Award for Best African Group, as well as in the African Electro category. He's also a pioneer of and it's a dance I cannot pronounce. Well, that is your morning headlines for now. I will be back at 7 o'clock with another update.
Oh man, it seems like he has been dealt a major blow. We start on not the best note from a cricketing perspective, as Proteas batsman Aiden Markram has been ruled out of the remainder of the Tour of India. Now, he spent 7 days in quarantine after testing positive for COVID-19 last week, and now will not be able to return to complete his series to play a program in time to take part in the remainder of the T20 series, unfortunately. So wicketkeeper batsman Quinton de Kock, meanwhile, has made a marked improvement in his recovery from that wrist injury. The Proteas medical staff will continue to assess his progress and then make a decision on his availability for match 4 in due course. That match takes place tomorrow, with South Africa taking now a slender 2-1 lead into the encounter after the Indian team bounced back in that last T20. Then on to football. The PSL promotion playoffs have come to a close, and Swallows FC have retained their place in top flight domestic football for the next season. That was after a 1-0 win over the University of Pretoria at the Lucas Masterpiece Moripa Stadium. So the Dubai Birds, they needed a victory against Tuks and managed to do so in a hard-fought victory against the travelling outfit. Jürgen Sassmann, he gave Swallows the lead on the hour mark with a left-footed volley on the edge of the box, following a miscued header by Tuks defender. That goal proved to be the decider and winner, as Tuks were now consigned to another season in the championship. Birds continue to fly high. Then on to rugby, capping an incredible year. Evan Roos has now completed a URC Awards quadruple by collecting the Players' Player of the Season accolade as well. So the award is voted for by the competition's captains and vice-captains, with the DHL Stormers number 8 coming out on top in a poll that was conducted at the end of the regular season. The 22-year-old adds this latest accolade to a personal haul that now already includes the prizes for Fans Player of the Season, Next Gen Player of the Season, and a place in the Dream Team. Russ will be looking to cap a memorable season by lifting the inaugural URC title when the Stormers host the Bulls in the grand final on Saturday. It's going to be massive, but he's certainly earned every one of those accolades, so we tip our cap. Now we move on to cycling, and yet another accolade for one of the greats. South African Daryl Impey said it was special to clinch the 4th stage of the Tour of Switzerland in a sprint finish just a year on from breaking his pelvis and collarbone. So Welshman Steve Williams, who won Sunday's opening stage, kept hold of the overall lead, but Impey, who wore the Tour de France's yellow jersey for 2 days back in 2013, claimed the 30th victory of his career. He spent almost 5 months away from all competition after suffering serious injuries in May of 2021 and then returning to minor races in Italy last October. And what a way to mark his return. Well, on that inspirational note is where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's see what this Youth Day has in store from a weather perspective. It's probably going to be a little bit chilly.
Chilly it is. I feel like singing that song, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Because that's exactly what's happening. Snow began to fall over the mountains in the Eastern Cape last night after temperatures in the province plummeted. Motorists were warned to drive with extreme care on slippery roads and, if possible, to avoid mountain passes. The South African Weather Service has warned that the drop in temperatures over the large parts of the country is expected to continue for a few days. A cold front has reached Gauteng, Northwest, Limpopo, as well as KwaZulu-Natal, bringing temperatures below zero. Emergency services have asked people to take care when using heaters. The Cape Town Metro has warned residents not to dump waste material in stormwater drainage systems to avoid clogging and subsequent flooding. At least 100 informal settlements have been affected by heavy rain, which has led to widespread flooding in the mother city and environs. And the mayor, Jordan Hill-Lewis, together with Metro officials, visited a neighborhood of Langa to find a solution to clogged stormwater systems as well. It's good to see the mayor pick up a broom and, of course, make a difference in the community. Now, from weather news and to sunrise views we go. We love starting the morning show with a fantastic showing of your sunrise images. Regular photographer Stallone Pillay from Umkamas kicks off our morning showing off this beautiful transition of the colors across the sky, changing from dark to orange and yellow. It is stunning. Then Francis Cummings from George shared this shot overlooking their area, showing similar hues of pink, purple and yellow. What a way to start the day. Thanks a lot for those. Please keep them coming. You can send them through to the Facebook page or even our WhatsApp line 063-408-8863 as we take a nice peek at the temperatures you can expect. As mentioned, chilly. Now, Polokwane, let's start with you. 2 is your minimum. It's very, very cold for you, but you thaw out to 18 degrees Celsius. Bombela, 4 jumping to 20 today. Pretoria looking good, 3, but you will jump to 15 degrees Celsius. Johannesburg, 0 is where you start. You can only go up from there. 12 degrees Celsius this afternoon. Mahikeng, 2 to 17. Klerksdorp, -2 today. You rise to 14 degrees Celsius. A minimum of 2 can be expected in Kimberley, up to 13. Bloemfontein, 5 to 12. And then Richards Bay, you can expect 19 as your high from a low of 7. Pietermaritzburg, 2, you rise to 17 degrees Celsius. Durban, very, very chilly for you, 11 to 19. Mthatha, 1 to 15 degrees Celsius. East London, just 9 is how you wake up this morning, 17 this afternoon. Craddock, 1 to a maximum of 13 degrees Celsius. Gqeberha, 8 to 17. George, 10 to 17 today. Cape Town, just 18 is your high from a low of 12. Worcester, 9 to 16. Sutherland, very, very cold this morning, 2, and you rise to 10 degrees Celsius. Uppington wrapping with you, as always, 7, rising to 19 degrees Celsius. It is a chilly day, but it's a day that should be warming your soul because it's Youth Day, and we plan to give you all the information, the excitement, all the talent you need, and even animals on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But for now, let's take a quick peek at what you can expect a little later on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Talking about talent and animals, I'm like, what are you talking about here, man? I don't understand.
Not us.
Yeah, no, we're going to blow your mind, make you feel... I always feel quite humbled when we bring these unbelievably talented and amazing young people into the studio. They will inspire you, yes, but I think most importantly, they have got a message. And today, there are some amazing events that you can get on board to celebrate and commemorate Youth Day. And we'll be getting into one of those with an amazing panel. Kimo Cummings is here, along with a host of incredible experts to guide you through that.
That's right, and you don't want to miss out on that. And if you have a message for the youth, please send it through. We would love to hear your voice on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063-408-8863.
Just drink for the rest of the show.
That's okay.
Parched. A little bit parched.
Oh, you can make my day.
Add a little sunshine. Everflu C Immune Booster Plus, now with vitamin D. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it dialed in as we celebrate and, most importantly, commemorate June the 16th. It is Youth Day, and across Mzansi, of course, we are going to be marking the 45th anniversary, in fact, incredible, of the 1967 Soweto uprising that really did change South Africa forever, and certainly the way that we see ourselves. And in celebration of Youth Day, some of Cape Town's biggest personalities will be making the day at V&A Waterfront's Battery Park with a sensational event. This sounds like an absolute cracker.
It is going to be. I mean, I've saw the names in the lineup, and there are some huge names over there.
Big.
Some small names too.
So big.
We'll get to the small ones later. But we are very, very privileged to be joined by our panel today, consisting of veteran radio personality, resident, good-looking idol, Kino Kamis. If anybody in radio, you need to focus on this gentleman, as well as the deputy principal and an individual who looks like a student of UCT Online High School, Sipho Mpisane, joins us for our panel discussion. Good morning, gentlemen.
You can applaud yourself.
You applaud yourself.
Gentlemen, very warm welcome to the show. Thank you for the early start. I was joking, like, this is not an early start for an educator. But are you really an educator? Lift up those shoes, buddy. That's a little too cool,
right.
Okay? That's a little too cool. I think
Fresh
the
as
student
well, eh?
might have snuck in here. No, we're so happy to have both of you here and to celebrate a vitally important day, because I think those of us who, I know you said you grew up on me, those of us who are this old, okay, we do really understand the relevance of this, and we want to ensure that that becomes a generational kind of heritage that we pass on. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Wow. So let's start off, Sipho. Not only are you fresh, the job is on point, my friend, but I mean, you're the deputy principal of UCT Online High School. You have a very, very great snapshot of what is to be the future of education when it comes to youth in South Africa. But, you know, we are still, you know, sort of roads behind where we should be at the moment. So just as an idea, just to kind of set the scene in terms of where we are, youth, education, I mean, how are we tracking in terms of making sure that we're finding a bit more balance, especially when it comes to poverty and how that is such a massive limiter of youth getting access to education?
Such a critical discussion.
Yeah.
I think, you know, given what today is, and I think we are all very aware of the realities of South Africa. Education remains the one key to many doors.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we need to move far from access to education being the center of the discussion to access to quality education. I think so far in, after, you know, June 16, really the discussion should be around what is quality education. But I think even just access to education remains a critical point. And I think at UCT Online High School, that's one of the key drivers for us, is that we are trying to open up that access, not only to education, but to quality education, right? Democracy is about choice.
Yes.
And why should education be limited when it comes to choice? You know, we need to be accessing and providing quality education, world-class education in this day and age, given where we've come from as a country.
I think we've established that it's critical and it needs to be right across the board in terms of that ecosystem that a child exists within. It's not just about the quality education anymore, which is fantastic that we've identified that, but we understand that these are the adults that we're going to release into the world. They need to have that full basket. They need the culture. They need the self-esteem. Kino, you are the culture. You are the man, the head of culture.
No, we're still trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, what is your job, actually? Now, you've obviously proven your chops many times over in the television and radio space, and you obviously know what it takes to carve a career path in that, but you're obviously also very emotionally invested, and you would know the power of culture because you've seen it, what it can do to people. What is your job, man?
So listen, it's a very good question. Once I figure out, I'll let you know.
What's on your business card?
I mean, you have to ask yourself the question, why am I the only oat that they've given a microphone to?
I thought you were I thought you were going to sing. I was convinced you were going to open with a song.
Listen, for me, if you ask me what culture is, and I think this encapsulates essentially what this role entails, culture is what people say about you once your back is turned. It is how people experience UCT Online High School, not just students, but everybody. It is, and I think it's such an important, very underrated position to have, because at the end of the day, we're all limbic beings, right? We're all emotional beings. And if you feel that you operating in an environment that doesn't care about you, that doesn't give a damn about what you want to achieve one day, that doesn't help you make up your mind or at least guide you in the right direction, then you're just going to exist. Yeah. And you're probably not going to have the self-esteem that you need in order to be successful in life. Because let's not, I mean, we can talk about all sorts of other things. The bottom line is, we are all about stories. We're all about the stories we tell ourselves. We're all about the stories other people tell us. And we're all about the stories that we tell ourselves in relation to other people. So for me, it's really about, at the end of the day, when I leave that school, what has that school contributed over and above the academics? What has that school contributed to my life?
It's so true. You need to know where you're coming from to have that true north, to know where you're going to. But the funny thing is, when now assessing getting my little man into a school, I based it purely on my engagements with past pupils when I'd interviewed them. What were they like? Exactly. What was their vibe? What was the culture of that space like? Absolutely love what you're saying, man.
So this is just a scene setter for you. We're going to have our panel here to discuss exactly what education means in South Africa and how we can use it to channel what is going to be a very bright future. We're going to keep it positive. Get your voice notes through. Please feel free, 06340888863 if you want to make sure that you connect with us. We'd love to hear as we continue our discussion on Youth Day. We'll bake on this. In fact, there's another baking segment in the kitchen for you. Here's Zoe.
Well, listen, I'm hoping one of you will come and join me, because I would love to be a baker myself. But when it comes to Christmas, you know, here on Expresso, Christmas comes early as Golden Cloud and Beacon's search for South Africa's best friends baking duo kicks off. Now, from omas to grandkids, no matter your age gap, grab your best friend and you stand a chance to win a 50,000 Rand grand prize in the ultimate Christmas in July bake-off. How amazing is that?
It's incredible. I absolutely love it. Why? Because it gives us a chance every day to be greeted with this. So we are dressing our own little cupcakes right now. If they give me the blowtorch, that's my day made, actually. But here is the bottom line. You can get so creative when you combine these two beautiful products. You can create your bake with Golden Cloud and then add those finishing touches with Beacon. And that's how you enter the challenge. Easy as that. And then you just got to share a photo of that amazing bake on the Golden Baker Search Christmas in July edition competition post. And that you'll find on our Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages. Or you can use the WhatsApp line, different number for this one, 063-814-2300, using the hashtag Golden Baker Search. And you've got to tell us why you are South Africa's best baking duo and why you think your creation is the best.
I burnt the marshmallow there. I just wanted to go for a toasty effect.
Right together, die together. If we're going to go down in a ball of flaming marshmallow, we're going to do it. That was a nice practice run.
That was a good one. There we go. And then I have to turn it off and it's still flaming. There we go.
Beautiful, absolutely love it. So for all of you out there who have a passion for baking and for blowtorches and want to share that with the country, then this is really your opportunity to shine. You could be one of the 5 finalists competing live on Expresso for that grand prize with 50,000 Rand.
How incredible is that?
And that winning duo, of course, is going to be crowned live on this show in July, because it's Christmas in July.
That's right. So enter the Golden Baker Search Christmas in July edition and stand a chance to win one of 2 hampers weekly valued at 500 Rand. Now, brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon. Entries close on the 17th of July, and those T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
I feel awful because our amazing foodie team create these beautiful cupcakes for us. and then we actually completely destroy them. Now, I've gone a slightly different route, but all I really want to do, Zoe, is burn a... Are you making the smallest small? Oh, that's so cute. I have to do that.
I don't know how safe this is, but it should be fine.
Safe for what? No, we've proven that we can handle this with... Oh, you're amazing. I can't believe you did. I'm going to make mine even smaller.
There we go. I think I've used up all the gas.
Oh, man, you would. It's okay.
The world's smallest small. Ha! There we go.
Oh, no, you did use up.
I did use up all the gas, I'm sorry.
It's worth it too. Now, who would you give the world's smallest small to?
You know what, my co-host? Do you think he'll be offended?
I better make a normal sized one for myself then.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live at S3 and in celebration of Youth Day this Thursday, as of course today, namhlanje, vandag. Some of Cape Town's biggest personalities will be marking the day at the V&A Waterfront's Battery Park with an exciting event featuring Youngster CPT, Cash CPT, Uncle Vinny, D. Koala, Lenneth Bowers, as well as K-Yeezy. All of them will be there to entertain. And I know,
what
heavy hitters. Do you know that there's a veteran radio personality and resident fantastic extraordinaire Kino Kamis is going to be there as well.
Oh, and the voice is incredible. Luckily, we actually have that voice right here.
Yes, we do.
For you to see. That's the first you can see the voice. We absolutely love him. Now, Kino is playing a vital role alongside the deputy principal of UCT's online school, and that's Sipho Mposane, who has proven that he is just as hip and cool as the students with the shoes. But of course, they are a part of an incredible Youth Day celebration this morning. I just feel so old sitting next to you. I'm sorry,
man.
But the bottom line is we have a platform here where everybody can have their say, and we want you to inspire your fellow young people out there. And we want to hear from the youth right now. So send your WhatsApp voice note to 063-408-8863. If you've got a stress, if you've got something that inspires you about the future, we want to hear about it.
I want to just make sure that we pause on UCT Online High School and the fact that it is quite a powerful tool when it comes to access to quality education. That's what you were saying, Sipho. I want to just go back to a little point around youth in South Africa. It's very easy to be jaded given the fact that we have a lot of things that are not going for us. We have load shedding, we have high petrol prices, we have high
unemployment,
cooking oil prices. Unemployment is insane at the moment. There are a lot of narratives that could tell any young person that you should get yourself educated and then fly off and go make some money overseas.
Dubai.
How is UCT Online High School affecting that particular culture in young people coming through your ranks and looking at South Africa in a different way?
Sure. Look, I think firstly, we are global citizens, right?
Yeah.
I think we have incredible opportunities to connect across the globe and to grow and to harness, whatever skills that we can across our borders. And I would encourage that, if any youth is in the position to explore overseas, absolutely.
Yes.
But for me, it is so critical and vital that South Africa is at the forefront of solving South African problems, right? And who's better positioned than the youth? And really, the way I see it is that the many problems that we are all aware of, that we have, are opportunities, right? Where there's poverty, there's opportunity for wealth, for growth. Where things are not going well, there's opportunity for innovation. There's an opportunity for job creation where there's unemployment. And really, my life's passion is to encourage and motivate the youth to see the potential within the problems that we have. And I think at UCT Online High School, our values speak to that, absolutely. That we are building a youth that will be innovative and geared towards solving the problems that we have within the country. And not necessarily looking for opportunities elsewhere, because opportunities...
Hey, go and earn your straps in the greater diaspora, but come back. Bring your money back, yo.
Come back home. Come back home.
No, it is. And I love the fact that you've highlighted that a problem is a possibility, is an opportunity to create a solution, and those solutions are what drive the economy. There's a reason why the world looks to the third world, these developing economies.
Absolutely.
Because here you can make your money, okay? But we need to activate this generation. And I think, by and large, they're doing it for themselves online. Now they've got the tools, they've got the network, they've got that global village. But it is still good, we've realized, and I would think you would appreciate this more than anyone else, to get a little one-on-one time. Let's have an event. Can we have an event where people can actually gather together and inspire each other, meet some of their heroes, see the face behind the voice that they've grown up with?
I mean, they normally get very disappointed when they see both Colin and myself. I mean, or they get to see him more.
Or just very confused. Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys are throwing an event to end all events. We listed some of the amazing names that are going to be there. It's at an incredible venue, which is becoming kind of this youth mecca in itself at the V&A Waterfront Battery Park. What's going down, bro?
Oh, man, there's going to be a graffiti wall, but I think the park in and of itself. In terms of the basketball, I'm a dad of a skateboarder, so I spend a lot of my time when I was still cool to spend time there. I used to go and check out the vibe at Battery Park, but a wonderful venue. We're obviously going to be doing, there's a larger-than-life personality that'll be on stage. Carl Wasty. Carl Wasty, yes, larger than life, I tell you.
Thank you.
So we'll be doing a lot of discussion. Look, I make it sound so academic, and it's not really. It's about inspiring young people.
Yes.
It's about saying, it's your future. Surround yourself with the right people. Take charge of where you want to be in life one day. And that really is what this is about. And lots of great music. You've mentioned all the CPTs and everybody else that goes along with them. That's pretty cool too. But I would encourage parents, though, to come spend time. I think supervision is always important. It's not that we're going to be allowing people to run riot. It's just that, just come there, spend some time.
Get a sense of what it's all about yourself.
Just get part of the vibe, really. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
And the price of the event, you should hear, it's free. Yes! Anything that's free is a good time.
I brought nothing. I brought nothing with me to work this morning. That's fine.
But it's a celebration, it really is. So come and join us. I can say us now. Because I feel like I'm very excited about the panel discussion, UCT Online High School as well as Great Africa. It's going to be an amazing event. So please come through, and I want you to ask questions. I want you to ideate. I want you to know that you are in control of the future of this country, provided that you see what Sipho said, and that was possibility and problems. That's the narrative here.
Completely. The platform is yours. Don't forget your skateboard as well, because it's a killer. Gentlemen, we absolutely love the work that you're doing in this space.
So much. Thank you.
It's a brave new world, and you get to be a part of it.
Happy Youth Day, Mzansi, and we know that every young mind needs a healthy start to the day with a good energy boost, and we have got you covered this morning. Today, we are honouring the humble Bran muffin. Yes, it has always been such a trusted breakfast and also a snack option because it is equal parts delicious and healthy too. But today, we are going to be giving you 3 ways to spruce up the flavour. So we're giving you cranberry and orange, yum, blueberry, and then of course we are saving the best for last with some choc chip, and our very own chocolate mama is here in the kitchen. Hey Tanda, Happy Youth Day.
Thank you. Happy Youth Day.
I think I feel like I'm ancient Youth Day. I'm like on the last part of it, but you are still part of the younglings.
Yes,
definitely.
yes.
And you are making something so amazing today. 3 different flavors.
Yeah.
Choc chip.
Choc chip.
Cranberry and orange.
Blueberries.
Love that for us. Where do we start with this recipe?
So I've got here some eggs, some sugar.
Okay.
Mixing that all together. We've got oil.
Ooh, yummy. And again, I love that we're using some oats in it. Again, it ticks off all those healthy boxes, some healthy fibers for the body. Again, we're using jungle oat bran and can be eaten as a porridge. We all know this. But it can also be used in smoothies or used in baking like we are going to be doing today. So it's very versatile in the kitchen. I love adding it into my smoothies. It just has that crunchy element to it. And if you didn't know that oat bran is also high in fiber and very low in sodium, which assists with digestive health and helps keep you fuller for longer. So again, add it into your smoothie. You're going to love it. And then when adding a flavor to your muffin batter, you can always use dry ingredients because using any fresh fruit or liquid will actually change the consistency of your batter, and this will change the baking time as well. So keep that in mind when you are going to be making these Bran muffins.
Yes. So in here, sugar, eggs, vanilla essence, and some yogurt.
Got that.
And then self-raising flour.
The yogurt's also going to add like a nice little milky, creamy texture to it.
And the moistness too.
Because you don't want dry muffins.
You know those muffins,
That muffin that
they start choking you.
like, that you can throw someone with it. Like, and it doesn't break. And it doesn't break.
There we go. And then 1 cup of oats. Here we go. And
crunchy factor.
I'm just going to quickly switch to this and get a spatula and just fold this all together. And then we're going to separate this into 3.
Okay.
So I love
Make
that
like
you
a
can
huge portion and then separate it into whatever flavor you're going for in the morning.
In the
I'm sure
morning,
the kids will
yes.
love this as well because they have options. I mean, if you want something sweet, you have the cranberry and the chocolate.
Oh.
I mean, who doesn't want chocolate in the morning?
Chocolate is my favorite, personally.
I mean.
There we go. And then we're going to separate this. 1 bowl. I hope I had enough for the last one. There we go.
You can't miss out on the last one. The last one is very important. I'd rather take it from the cranberry and orange and put it in the chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Try to measure out your batter so that you don't have like small chocolate
So that you
muffins
don't do
and small
what's
cranberry and
happening
orange.
here. There we go. And then you're going to fold in all the ingredients.
Am I popping all of this in?
Yes, all of it.
So cranberry and orange for the first one. Here we go, nice zesty flavors. And then we're going to just fold this in, right?
Let me fold in and you can mix the rest.
Okay, you can do that one. And then this one is the blueberries.
Yeah. Blueberries and cinnamon.
Cinnamon. That's such a weird combination. I never thought of that actually.
So well.
Really?
It's so good. It is so good.
And all I want is a cup of tea with this. I feel like
a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee. Okay, and then of course our favorite one, the chocolate chip, which is going to ooze all the chocolate when it melts. I was going to ask how much I throw in now. Just
all of it. Please, ne? Please,
put everything in.
Please.
And this is cocoa.
Yes.
Okay, all of this as well.
All of it.
Okay. There we go.
And here's the spatula.
And then I will mix this in. This is all chocolate.
It's more chocolate than
it's more chocolate than anything. But I love this. I love that we're getting to experiment with the different flavors again. It caters for everyone's palate. And then when we're done, we're going to pop it into our baking tray.
Yes.
We're going to obviously make sure that this is well
sprayed and prepared, and then you're going to pop it into your baking tray and then bake that in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want it to be cooked through, and then you just serve that immediately. Hot cup of coffee, tea, chill. It's a good morning.
And again, you have to cut it, and then you have to see that steam come out of the muffin.
And you can spread some butter on it.
Okay, stop.
Then
okay, stop.
Sit still.
ExpressoShow.com is where you can get your hands on the recipe. But again, breathe a breath of fresh air into your Bran muffins and get the full recipe for these 3 tasty variations. Again, it is available on our website, ExpressoShow.com. Plus, some very exciting news for you this morning. When you buy any Jungle product in store, you stand a chance of winning your share of, get this, 2 million rand. It could be yours. Simply, all you have to do is WhatsApp a photo of your till slip to the number 072-136-9927, and then cross your lucky fingers. You could be winning that 2 million rand. We will put the competition details on our social media platforms. So for everyone watching right now and want to enter, good luck to you.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in Jungle Oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. I hope you are having a fantastic start to your Youth Day. Now, it's all rhythm and blues this Youth Month as the Artscape brings you their iconic Youth Jazz Festival. Now, it was launched in 2003. The festival puts a spotlight on young, aspiring Western Cape-based jazz musicians and instrumentalists who made the cut following auditions that were held earlier this year. Composed of scholars and informal music students, that sounds like such a cool project to be part of. And if you're not sure what we are talking about, take a look at this.
Youth Day celebrations through music, that's my type of celebration. It's all about providing skills development within the jazz genre, a genre that's often, you know, sort of pushed to the side because there's a lot of mumble rap. Let's bring jazz back, shall we? So, Senior Communications Manager for the Artscape Theatre Centre, Simon Herodin, a.k.a. Heradien, joins us to tell us a bit more. And as you can see, built for the silver screen, but on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Silver screen, look at that, you see that? You look amazing, Simone.
Thank you. I was going to say bonjour, comment allez-vous, seeing that you pronounce.
Oh, ça va très bien à toi? You see
Oui, oui, oui.
But let's talk about the jazz.
Yes, we have to.
Let's talk about the youth jazz.
I mean, this is such a cool initiative, starting off in 2003. It's gearing up to its 20th anniversary. How amazing is it that the project is almost 20 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, older than what I am.
Yes.
No, it's great. You know, if we think of where Artscape came before, you know, I've said this so many times, when we celebrated the 50th of the building last year, and when it opened as the Nico Milan, it was for an exclusive audience only. And here we are 51 years later, and we invest in the youth because the youth are our future, you know? I mean, they are the people that's going to keep the arts alive within the next 50 or 100 years. And a project like this is also great because it offers a platform to the youth in order to hone their skills to perform on a professional stage, on a theatre stage, and then become professional. We know, I'm not going to name drop now, but we've had such a lot of young stars that started out in 2003 are professionals now.
That's the beauty of the experience, because when you're on stage, that's where your professionalism gets developed. You know, there's no sort of turning back. If you make a mistake, make it part of the show. There are those things that you can only learn once you've actually been a part of it, and this is a great opportunity. But for us as the audience, what can we expect this year?
This year, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think every year just becomes more and more amazing. You know, when I tell people it's the Youth Jazz Festival, they're like, oh, youth. You know, they perform the classics of our classic South African youth jazz genres that they are to perform. They can expect rhythm, blues, the authentic jazz, Cape Townian jazz as well as South African jazz. And these youth, it's amazing to see how they actually interpret and channel artists, you know, like Sibongile Khumalo or Miriam Makeba, although Sibongile Khumalo is mostly opera, but she does jazz as well. It's amazing to see how they actually channel that. And there are even some new compositions, and that is actually the exciting part, is when they form their own compositions and their own music, and to go on and to be stars in their own right.
Oh, and that is beautiful, because the Youth Jazz Festival, it's an institution at the Artscape. Yeah. And whenever we have young individuals performing on our show, I'm always so fascinated with this passion that they have. How has this platform elevated the performers, and what do they learn from being part of this experience?
It's elevated them, as I said, to become professional. And not that they're not professional. It doesn't mean because the person's an amateur that they don't play well. You know, there are professionals and amateurs and professionals. But it teaches them to become professionals, to have that skill, know what it's like to work in a theatre, to be on time, punctual, etc., etc. And there's also a lot behind the scenes that it teaches them a lot of responsibility. I think to think that these kids got up at 4 o'clock this morning to be here on time. So it teaches them responsibility, it teaches them professionality, it teaches them that there's a big, wide world out there waiting for them to be captured and, you know, seize the day, cap diem, as they say.
Oh, yes, cap diem from Eradine is very good. But if you want to get some more information, where do we go? Especially if there are any parents watching and they know they've got a gifted, talented kid who would love to be part of this program. How do we get hold of you?
Absolutely. I hope that I get it right this time, because yesterday I was on a radio station. I said 4 W's. So it's www, 3 W's, .artscape.co.za. And our hashtag on most of our social media is Artscape Theatre. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even TikTok.
Oh, the Artscape's with it. There we go. Listen, it's taking place, the Youth Jazz Festival, Friday, that's tomorrow, the 17th of June, and Saturday, the 18th of June. Tickets are 80 Rand. Make sure you get them. They are available at CompuTicket, so go and buy your tickets and let's support the youth this Youth Month.
Thank you so much, team. Yes, we're going to be blowing you away with some incredible performances this morning, but right now we're going to make another winner.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
So I think to family, the title Dad is just another name for love and protector.
Oh, absolutely.
It's part of
that name, that hold of it.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about father figures, definitely as well. And Panado are giving you guys the chance to win a 2,500 Rand cash prize every day. All you got to do is simply reply to our Facebook or our Twitter post and tell us about your phenomenal dad or husband or father figure. And today we are announcing our next lucky winner.
Are we ready? Can we get a drum roll for this one?
Please. First drum roll of the morning.
Congratulations to Lerato Mabula. You
Well done. won!
Now, how she became a winner is by commenting on our post saying, although my father is not the most affectionate person in the world, you will still feel his love in other ways. You will feel it in the many ways that he protects and provides without ever complaining. And of course, she used that hashtag a dose of care. And we actually have her on the line right now. Good morning, Lerato. How are you doing?
Good morning, guys. How are you? I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so glad. That was going to be my next question. First of all, you're gorgeous. We've got some beautiful pictures of you, so I'm glad that we are introducing you to the world. And, of course, you wrote a beautiful dedication for your father. So the big question is, how are you going to be celebrating your dad this Father's Day? What are your plans?
Okay, first of all, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you. I'm definitely going to be spending time with my father, with my siblings. We're definitely going to be pampering him, breakfast in bed, anything he wants. Like on Sunday, he's going to get. So, yeah, definitely going to be pampering him.
Oh, he is so blessed to have a daughter like you. But I have to ask you, you are 2,500 Rand richer this morning. What are you going to be using with the prize money?
So what are you going to buy? What are you going to spend the money on?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to spend it on him. I'm thinking maybe I should get him, like, a coat or two. I don't know. I'm still thinking maybe take him out. I'm not sure. I'm going to see. But I'm thinking a coat because it's winter, it's cold. A coat or two. He's such a stylish man, so a coat or two.
I love
see him there in his polonek, and I love him and the polonek. Your dad is in Zazi, yes.
He is sold, and the two of you look beautiful. Clearly, you got your genes from him, and I'm guessing a beautiful mother as well. But I can imagine right now he is so proud of you. So never forget that the best way to express your love for your dad is keep living your life the way that you are. You're gorgeous. He's a really good-looking man as well, so I hope you get something, like you say, just that much more stylish just for him. But thank you for entering, and congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be on the show. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Thank you, guys.
She's a sweetie pie. We love it when people get that excited for winning here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. That being said, only 3 days left until Father's Day. We want to extend a big hug and lots of love to those who no longer have their dads with them. However, they will always be right by your side and always in your heart. So do enter our Panado Father's Day competition to stand the chance to be our next winner. And if you're wondering how, here's exactly how.
Celebrate our dads and win. Catch Expresso to stand a chance to win a 2,500 Rand cash prize from Panado each weekday morning from the 6th to the 16th of June. Tell us what the best thing that your dad or husband does that makes him a phenomenal dad. Don't forget to include the competition hashtag a dose of care. Each day's competition closes at 10 a.m. and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Time once again to get excited about literature. And our next guest, QualiBooks author Louise Kruger, has recently been chosen as one of the authors to publish 2 homegrown stories that can now be found on the Cadbury Digital Library. As publishing partner, QualiBooks' mission is to provide curriculum-based libraries and other educational resources to schools and communities across South Africa. We love the sound of that, and we're about to find out how these stories were translated into all 11 official languages, with the Xhosa and Zulu translations currently trending with good reason. And Louise is joining us on screen right now. A very good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. And how are you?
All the better for connecting with you. I love literature. I love the fact that we are democratizing literature now and making it accessible to all children specifically. So let's start at the heart of all of this. Tell us about your stories. What are they called, and what inspired the different storylines for each of the stories?
I was walking in my garden one afternoon with my son, and I found 2 little snails sunning themselves on a rock. And I said to my son, oh, there's Skippy and Zoom. Huh? And the story developed from there, of little snails that I found in my garden. And I just brainstormed with my son, and we just came up with this silly little story about 2 snails that help a slug find a new home on a winter's day. The other story is called Gugu's Gift for the Gogos, and it's about a little disabled girl that goes to the old age home, and she's still able to help the old age people who also don't have maybe visitors, and she helps them read stories and helps them change the remote and that kind of thing. So that's where that came from as well.
With kids' stories, as a parent who reads the stories, you've got to cover very big ideas in a very small way, and simplicity is key, but there's got to be a magical hook. And of course, you need a partner in this space. Now, Cadbury Dairy Milk, they've partnered with QualiBooks and QualiBooks, data-free digital reading platforms. That makes us so excited. That gives children access to stories in their home languages, which I think is critical. How does it make you feel that children are visiting the platform and taking in these little creations that you've lovingly put out into the world?
I can watch the QualiBooks website every day and online, and I see the stats where the children are reading. I can actually see the way and who is reading. So it's an amazing thing to see that they're being read in isiZulu and isiXhosa, and all it means to me now is that children are reading, and that is the most important thing.
Completely, because it's one of those foundation building blocks. And with the Xhosa and the Zulu translations of your stories actually currently trending at the moment, what do you think this tells us about the need for mother tongue language-based children's stories?
80% of children in this country, their home language is obviously a different language, and only 2% of books are translated into different languages. And we want to change that. We want to be able to have every child reading every language at an understanding level, so that they can, when they move over to the English reading, when they learn to read, then it becomes a lot easier. And also storytelling from home is so important, that the children need to hear their mother tongue and stories being told in their mother tongue as well.
Well, ultimately, to see themselves reflected in those characters and those narratives. And this is something that we have spoken about with so many amazing authors and those structures that are supporting you guys now. And of course, we attended the Homegrown Stories launch event in Santon Library and saw a few of the processes that you use to inspire your stories. So as someone who's got a couple of characters and storylines brewing in his own head, can you give us maybe 3 tips on how to start and then craft a story? Where do you begin?
You can get your inspirations from anywhere. So like the other day, I saw a bee in the pool and my mom helped it get out. So there's a story right there about a granny and a bee. And that was very easy to do. I make lists, I brainstorm ideas, and in fact, I also bounce ideas off my family, and they think I'm completely cooked, but they love the stories that are coming to the fore. And I also have to be in a happy place. You know, I have to go to my childhood memories where I'm sitting back where things were happy and on my bed reading books as well. So, and also to read, you just keep reading yourself, just keep reading books as well. Some days I have days where I actually don't have a clue what I want to say. And then the next day, find some inspiration again.
This sounds like a very therapeutic process to go through. I'm sure there's psychologists out there going, wow, that's what every person needs to do every day just to balance themselves out. I just can't escape this notion of just how amazing it is that you wrote a story, you shared it, it was then translated and is now available to children in all of our 11 official languages. Testament that we can all get involved, that we can all do something and participate. How would you like to see people supporting your efforts? What do you need to happen now that you've put these beautiful stories into the world?
There are so many storytellers in this country. We actually we haven't even tapped that yet. So they can contribute in the Cadbury's initiative, definitely. Also, otherwise, just start telling your stories to your children yourself.
Exactly. We come from a nation of storytellers. In fact, that's how we pass on our culture in this country. And boy, what a culture we have to explore. And now we can do it. And every child can appreciate that and see themselves represented. Louise, an absolute pleasure. To all of you guys at home, share an authentic, homegrown story and then help children fall in love with reading. It's as simple as that. So look out for the Cadbury Homegrown Story Edition packs in stores. Then scan the QR code and help us finish the story and then bring it all to life. And for more detail on how you can unlock your story, visit cadbury.co.za and then follow #Cadbury Homegrown Stories and @Cadbury Dairy Milk SA on Facebook or @Cadbury_SA on Twitter and Instagram to find out more and be inspired.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Thank you, Graham. It's 2 minutes after 7. Let's take a look at your national headlines. Ryanair has dropped a requirement for South African passengers to prove their nationality before travelling by completing a test in Afrikaans. This after it caused a backlash amongst South Africans. The SA government said last week it was taken aback by the low-cost carrier's decision to force UK-bound travellers holding the country's passport to take the test and called the move a backward profiling system. Michael O'Leary, Ryanair's chief executive, described the SA government's profiling accusation as rubbish, but confirmed that the test has been dropped. And only 41 of South Africa's 256 municipalities have obtained clean audits for the year 2020 and 2021 financial year. The Auditor General Tsakani Maluleka said no municipalities achieved a clean audit in the Free State. The Western Cape achieved 22 clean audits, which was the highest of all provinces. Maluleka said Limpopo was the only province that had improved significantly. She said only 25% of all municipalities had submitted credible financial reports, despite the fact that more than 1.2 billion rand has been spent on them. And moving to news abroad, US car manufacturers have reported some 400 accidents involving cars with partially autonomous driver's assistance systems. The company Tesla, which has some 830,000 vehicles on the road with driver assist programs that have partial control over speed and steering, reported 273 pranks, some 70% of the total. Companies have cautioned that drivers should remain prepared to intervene and take control of driving at all times, even in cars with partially autonomous systems. A recent poll showed that most Americans still harbor skepticism towards such vehicles. And staying with news abroad, French troops operating close to the border between Mali and Niger have arrested a senior figure of the Islamic State in Greater Sahara, according to the armed group. Now, the French army announced that Omeya Old Al-Bakai was captured at night during an operation that had been underway in the Sahel region since 2013. Al-Bakai was the leader of the group, which is also affiliated with ISIS. The French army said he was also responsible for the coordination of a network implementing explosive devices. And After a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, the famous Cooper's Hill cheese rolling race returned to Gloucestershire in the UK last week. And yes, it's all about chasing cheese. Held since 1826, it involves chasing a 4-kilogram round of double Gloucester cheese down a 200-meter hill. Now, the rolling cheese reaches a speed of up to 100 kilometers per hour, and the first person to make it down the hill wins the huge chunk of cheese. Now, members of the local rugby team wait at the bottom as catchers to help slow competitors down, and emergency medical workers are nearby in case of serious injuries, of which there are many. The renowned cheese chasing champion Chris Anderson this year won his 23rd cheese race. Anderson has suffered numerous injuries in the name of cheese domination over the years, including bruised kidneys, concussion, and a broken ankle. The most reliable way to win the race, according to Chris, is by falling purposefully. But to us, that just sounds extremely painful. Congratulations, Chris Anderson. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines for now. Here's another look at your sport with Graham.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's start with cricket, and unfortunately not the best note for Proteas batsman Aiden Markram. He has been ruled out of the remainder of the tour in India. Now, he spent 7 days in quarantine after testing positive for COVID-19 last week and will not be able to compete, and as a result will complete his return to play program and ultimately make it back into the series in time to take part in that remainder of the T20 lineup. So wicketkeeper batsman Quinton de Kock, meanwhile, he has made a marked improvement in his recovery from that wrist injury. The Proteas medical staff will continue to assess his progress, then make a decision on his availability for match 4 in due course. And of course, that match takes place tomorrow, with South Africa taking that slender 2-1 lead into the encounter after India bounced back. Then we turn to local football, and with the PSL promotion playoffs now coming to a close, Swallows FC have retained their place in top-flight domestic football for the next season. That was after a very hard-fought 1-0 win over the University of Pretoria at the Lucas Masterpieces Moripe Stadium. So the Dube Birds, they needed that victory against Tuks and managed to do so in a toil against the travelling outfit. And it was Yagan Sassman who gave Swallows the lead on the hour mark with a left-footed volley on the edge of the box. That was after a miscued header by a Tuks defender. That goal proved to be the winner, as Tuks were now consigned to another season in the championship. Then we turn to rugby. The celebrations continue for a man who certainly has deserved it this season. Evan Roos has now completed a URC Awards quadruple by collecting the Players' Player of the Season accolade as well. So the award is voted for by the competition's captains and vice-captains, with the DHL Stormers number 8 coming out on top in a poll that was conducted at the end of the regular season. Now the 22-year-old adds this latest accolade to a personal haul that already includes prizes for Fans Player of the Season, Next Gen Player of the Season, and of course a place in that dream team. Now Roos will be looking to cap a memorable season by lifting the inaugural URC title when the Stormers host the Bulls in that grand final on Saturday. But he's still got a mountain to climb in the form of the Bulls. It's certainly a brilliant season capped. And then we turn to cycling, excuse me, for yet another accolade in a glittering career. Now, South Africa's Daryl Impey said it was, quote, special to clinch the 4th stage of the Tour of Switzerland in a sprint finish, just a year on from breaking his pelvis and collarbone. Now, Welshman Steve Williams, who won Sunday's opening stage, he kept hold of that overall lead, but Impey, who wore the Tour de France's yellow jersey, excuse me, for just 2 days back in 2013, claimed now his 30th victory of an incredible career. He spent almost 5 months away from competition after suffering those serious injuries in May of 2021, and then returned to minor races in Italy last October. But he has proven he is still at his best. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll bring you another update at 8 o'clock. Right now, though, let's get into the weather and see what you can expect today.
Thank you so much, G. So, some sad news on the international weather front. Now, the forces of fire and ice shaped the world-famous Yellowstone National Park in the U.S. over thousands of years. It took decades longer for humans to tame it sufficiently for tourists to visit. But in just days, heavy rain and rapid snowmelt have caused a dramatic flood that may forever alter the human footprint on the park's terrain and the communities that have grown around it. The park has been closed to visitors for the first time in 34 years. The historic floodwaters that raged through Yellowstone this week, tearing out bridges and pouring into nearby homes, pushed a popular fishing river off course, possibly permanently. The landscape, literally and figuratively, has changed dramatically in the last 36 hours, said Bill Berg, a commissioner in the nearby Park County. The unprecedented flooding also drove some 10,000 visitors out of the American nation's oldest national park and damaged hundreds of homes in nearby communities. Remarkably, there were no casualties. Then back on our own shores, we look to the beautiful skies as we showcase the sunrise images shared by you, our Expresso viewers. Now we have Carolyn Bank from Umkomaas who captured this phenomenal sunrise image as she overlooks the ocean with the sky lighting up with hues of orange and purple. Take a look at that. We also have Salvin Govender from False Bay who started her day with some sunshine after the rain, showing off this beautiful clear sky as the sun casts a glow over the ocean as it slowly rises from behind the mountains. Certainly a way to start your day on this public holiday. That being said, here are the temperatures for the rest of the country. For you, Polokwane, do expect some sunshine coming your way on this Thursday with a range of 2 to 18. For you, Mbombela as well, your range is 4 to 20. Pretoria, for you, it is a low of 3 that will peak at 15. And then Johannesburg, starting with a low of 0 and a high of 12. For you, Mahikeng, do expect a range of 12 to 17. Klerksdorp can be seen with a range of -2 with a high of 14, as well as Kimberley, for you, your temperatures are 2 to 13. Bloemfontein as well, -5 with a high of 12. And for you, Richards Bay, do expect some sunshine today, ranging from 7 to 19. Pietermaritzburg, for you, it is 2-17. South Africa's Playground Durban, ranging from 11 to 19. Mthatha, for you, your minimum is 1 with a maximum of 15. East London, your range is 9 to 17. And as well as Craddock, for you, it is 1-13. GQ, Gqeberha, for you, it is 8-17. George can be seen with a range of 10 to 17. And then, of course, the Mother City, Cape Town, if you are out and about today, your range is 12 to 18 as well. Worcester coming up with a minimum of 9 and a maximum of 16. Sutherland starting the day off with 2 that will peak at 10. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington ranges from 7 to 19. Well, that is where I leave your 7 a.m. weather update on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Okay, you've lost Zoe for today. This is
You lost Zoe?
Come here, boy.
Okay, clearly lost completely, but it's fine because this is a beautiful, beautiful dog from Mzananda Animal Clinic, and we'll be chatting to them about all the great things they're doing. They're doing an amazing Youth Day walk, so you're going to love that. Plus, I'm going to make a kota, but I'm inspired by me. I want to give it a shot. I've never made one before, but today is the day where I'm making a kota. So don't go anywhere. Stay right there. It's your Feel Good Breakfast show.
I lost the dog.
You lost the dog.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for dialing in as we continue our Youth Day celebrations and commemorations. But this is more of a call to action to get involved today. We've got some amazing events that can help you do it. Now, 2- and 4-legged friends, they'll be strutting their stuff alongside the Strandfontein Pavilion today, this Youth Day. And it's a youth dog walk that is hosted by the Mzananda Animal Clinic and Remnant Youth. And they'll be bringing the love of dogs to children from difficult backgrounds. And we've seen on the show the effect that these 4-legged friends can have in that development process. The event addresses both animal and youth issues together, and here to chat about those issues and the aim of this really cool initiative is fundraising and communications executive at Mzananda Animal Clinic. It's Marcel Duplessis and a very distinguished gentleman. Marcel, good morning, welcome. Who have you brought alongside this dapper gent?
This is little Baloo.
Baloo, oh wow.
Is he one of the doggos that will be available to go for a nice little stroll today?
Yes, he is definitely ready for a nice walk, but I think he's still a little bit sleepy. He's still waking up this morning.
You and me both, bro. You and me both. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
It sounds like an amazing day has been planned. What is going on today?
So it's basically a youth dog walk. We're inviting the youth from Kailicha and Mitchell's Plain, as well as other youth, to come and walk some of our doggies from the shelter, or to bring their own little dogs. And we're basically going to start at the Strandfontein Pavilion, walk all the way, it's about 5 kilometers, and turn back again to the pavilion. And it's really just a day for the kids to enjoy with their animals.
And Baloo, we'll do it at a nice leisurely pace, boy. Don't worry.
I wasn't a fan of the camera earlier, but I see he's at peace sitting next to you on the couch.
As long as he has tickles, he's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Tell me about the tickles. Marcel, I know you guys have worked with children in the past, and animals are so, so special. What are the benefits to these children having these interactions with the animals?
We've seen it so much that kids who grow up with animals, they just grow up with the level of compassion and responsibility, and it really helps them to emotionally develop. So that's something we try and do in the community a lot, is, you know, encourage the kids to bring their animals to come and learn things with us. So that's also what today is about, you know, exposing kids who might be scared of animals to them, and so that they can learn that they're not scary, they can actually be friends and support systems for them.
I'm glad you said support systems, because it's about them finding their place in the world and creating that bubble, that environment around them to feel safe. And dogs do that. They've been bred to do just that. It's amazing, this connection we have, but I've seen that knock-on effect, the sense of responsibility, the pride when a young person gets to bath their dog, look after their dog, help to feed it, help their community grow in that sense, which is beautiful. How important is that in your experience with these kids to create that safe environment, that safe place for them to, even if it's just for an hour, to feel that?
That's exactly it. You know, so many of these kids from the communities, they come from difficult backgrounds. They come from places where they don't know love, they don't know support. And this is a day where the kids can come into a safe environment. They can have that unconditional love of an animal. And at the same time, it's giving them a purpose. You know, they're doing good, not just for themselves, but for the animals. Because all our shelter animals don't get long walks. So this is a great day for both the kids and the animals.
Is Baloo a shelter animal?
Yes, he was found in Makassar Township.
Oh, so he's looking for his
Is he up for
forever home.
adoption?
No. Oh, no.
I was going to say, I can't imagine that Baloo is going to, and he's giving me that look like, yeah, whatever, buddy. I lasted about 10 seconds
I
on that
adopted
roster.
him when he was this small.
Oh.
Literally fits into my hand.
Look how cute he is. Marcel, for people that want to find out more about this organization, and especially today's event, how can they get their hands on all of those necessary details?
So it's still open if people want to join. We're starting the walk at 8 o'clock, which is at the Strandfontein Pavilion. So you're very welcome to come, bring your doggy, come walk with us. Otherwise, the best place would be to look on our website, which is www.mzananda.co.za. And there you'll see all our dogs up for adoption, the programs we run. We'll have nice pictures of the walk and just ways to get involved and volunteer as well.
Yeah, just get active and get out and breathe just a little bit. Absolutely adore what you are doing. We've seen it a number of times on the show, how much of a difference these sorts of campaigns can make, not just for the doggos who will hopefully find a brand new home, but most importantly for those kids in that community. And I think we have seen that it's a litmus test for a community to see how they treat their dogs. It's a sign of where that community is and the growth emotionally, and you guys are helping them grow on that path. So thank you so much for doing that. Good luck. Do your stretches, Baloo, before you do it. 10K walk is quite a stretch, but what an ambassador. What an ambassador. So we'll keep those details up. Look at that beautiful face. You can go and spend a couple of hours with Baloo and take a nice stroll and help some amazing children in the process, so jump on board.
If you are going to enjoy a walk, what you need to be is full, not half, but also quarter. Take a look.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover. It is Youth Day, and we know weekends and public holidays are made for celebrations and commemorations with family and friends. Well, our very own Mr. Colwasty knows how to do easy entertaining best, and he's going to be showing us easy ways to make the ultimate Kota-inspired cheeseburger. We've never done this before.
Never.
We are being inspired by all those flavors right here, and I know you asked for extra chili because you are hot. You are hot like that.
Stop. Really, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, it's ever since I'm 36 now. It's like that. No, so I think that I've always wanted to try a kota. You know, like we basically growing up, the Gatsby was been, you know, that's the thing. But a kota, there's such great connections to it. I've got the foundations here, but I've thrown in the chili because I wanted to make it inspired by me. And also, I wanted to use some clover elite cheese because I feel like that's going to be the perfect complement to this whole thing.
I'm looking at this and I'm already worrying at the end goal, like, how do you eat it? So, but let's take a 5 steps back and start with frying some polony.
Okay, now, you know this frying polony, this is the foundation of any diet or food, sorry. Any that you have to, because if it's smoochie or if it is just a sandwich with that, you know, just proper white bread and a fried polony, you know you're having a good time.
Do you know I have PTSD of polonies?
Why?
That was like a Friday thing every day. Like every Friday, I'd have smoochie, polony smoochie, Vienna smoochie. So now I'm just like, smoochie!
Okay, well, we're going to go again.
We're going to go back.
Just one last time. Please, for me.
I don't feel like it will be the last
I think
time.
it's going to be great. So I'm going to fry this off. While I do that, we're going to do like the assembly. The construction is going to be easy. I just want you to spice my chips because I think I need somebody to add some hotness to my chips. And I think you are the person, you know what I'm saying? Just add some spice to my life while this heats up. And then we are going to have a good time. We also have a perfectly cooked egg. I'm not going to take any credit for that. There is this kitchen expert, the name of Kelly, who cooked this egg. She's amazing.
I don't think Mzansi even knows that Kelly does everything for perfection.
Yes.
Like everything she does, everything she touches turns out like this. Perfect. Look at the,
Yeah.
My egg definitely wouldn't look like that. Mine would have jiggled and wiggled.
The egg's gonna jiggle, not fold. I love it when you wiggle. Sorry,
wiggle.
I'm not gonna put that in my head now. I wanna fry this off. Now we're gonna fry. Don't get PTSD.
I'm not.
Because I'm just gonna fry my polony. That's all. And then once my polony is fried, and then we're going to assemble together.
The assembly part, I feel like the assembling part is a lot of pressure because where do you even start with this? Where would you start? I think the sauce goes.
I'd go sauce, chips, and then top, and then chips again, and then egg, and then bread. Done.
Ooh,
that's all.
Child.
That's how I do it.
Okay, so I'm going to start with our Thousand Island sauce at the bottom, and you want to make sure that you put a lot of sauce, just to make sure that it's not dry.
That's the idea. Okay, and remember, we're going to do that. The clover lychee is going to go on top of the warm things. That way it melts just a little bit. I think it's going to be phenomenal.
Just a little bit. Okay.
All right, this baby is doing its thing. I just want to make sure the edges are nice, man. You know, one thing about the polony, cooking the polony, your edges have to have a certain color.
Seeing that I know polony, it must be crispy. It must have the golden brown. Like,
it's got to be.
Make sure that it has the golden brown. So I'm going to assemble and put your spicy chips on. Can I use my hand?
No, look at this is the whole idea about culture, is that you impart some of you. And I know we've been through 2 years of washing hands incessantly, and we are still doing that. I'm all about the hygiene, but there was just something about the hands going into the whole thing. You just knew that was made with love. The love was transferred through the hands, you know?
Made with love by Clover.
Yeah, I say.
There we go. So our patty is going in, our burger on top of the chips. Wow.
You see, I want you to, it almost has to like sort of lean over, like you have to,
leaning tower piece.
That's it, it's got to lean, and it's got to be full, because remember, it's Youth Day today. Do you remember when you were studying, and all you wanted was like food that would just comfort you, and food that would just like be a nice cheat meal, so that you've been so disciplined, because I think a balanced, obviously diet while you're studying is vital, but this would be like your cheat meal.
This is after you're done studying, though, because can you imagine eating this? You are literally going to be out for the count. And you know what I think? I wanted to keep the Clover Elite cheese for the top, but I'm going to actually add it in the middle, because then it's just going to be like beautiful, so you have that little texture in the middle. Of course, we are using the Clover Elite cheese. It is perfectly crafted due to the 5-step crafting process to bring you cheese that is not only superior in quality, taste, but also texture too. You can use any of your favorite Clover Elite cheeses, flavors in this recipe, but we've of course opted for Clover Elite cheddar cheese slices for the ultimate cheese experience. It's nothing but elite taste, elite quality, and elite texture. So let's open this baby up and put her on there.
Okay, this is going to be great. Now, once we do that, I'm also going to help you with this. I'm going to throw, we got the chutney, we got the acha, we got Thousand Island sauce, we got a lot of chili, we got the chips, we got the burger, we got the sausage, we've got the fried polony, we've got the egg. This is going to be one of the best kortas you'll ever have in your entire life. Do it for Youth Day. In fact, Father's Day is even coming up. Why don't you try it for Dad? We have a recap for you in case you missed all the steps, and go to expressoshow.com if you missed out on any of those recipe ingredients. But check out this recap first.
And the polony's on. And the polony's on.
Girl. Throw it.
Yay!
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, we have upgraded his music intro. JP Sebastian is here as we're about to talk movies on your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's a little bit different from the rock and roll head-banging music intro.
Yeah, I feel like it really is trying to, like, maybe as it gets closer to winter, try and
we've
up in some
stepped
kind
it
of
up.
energize me.
Definitely stepped it out. You're now away from the garage band. You are now the superhero.
It's also some sort of hint to, I don't know, I need to get more physical, get cardio or something.
He's like, the villain.
Next is Chariots of Fire. Yes, basically it's just going to be villainous Bond music, isn't it? Okay. Anyway.
I'm very excited for this movie review. We're looking at Chris Evans' new movie, Lightyear.
Oh,
saying Chris Evans.
That's like the most important start for you. New crush of yours?
Not a new crush. I've had two celeb crushes, Chris Evans and Henry Cavill.
We're well aware of Henry Cavill, don't worry. Like,
Chris Evans
Saps knows about you and Henry Cavill, Interpol, etc., etc. So this one is Lightyear. Most important connection there for people is not necessarily Chris Evans, but obviously Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
Yes.
Is that a series that you follow closely?
I did watch Toy Story 1 and 2. You got to the rest?
Some people are religious about it. They're really good movies, but whatever. Let's get into the meat and potatoes about Lightyear and exactly what it means. Before I tell you what all of that is about, let's just see the swashbuckling, the ranging, the space ranging and all that kind of business in Lightyear, coming out tomorrow in South Africa.
Engage stealth mode. It should buy us enough time.
not gonna make it.
Almost there.
Okay, plan B. Ready?
Go! Here, I can reroute it. Just give me a minute.
Where is the... Rookie.
Help me!
Buzz Lightyear, mission log. Planet clearly uninhabitable. In fact, outright hostile. Sentient foliage have apprehended Cadet Feathering Sin Feather. Oh, they got the rookie, who I strongly suggested should not have joined in the first.
Who was the original voice for Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story?
Tim Allen.
Okay.
Of course, Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. Tom Hanks being the cowboy character's name. Woody, that's
Woody.
right. Both of them belonging to Andy, of course. And so this becomes a big question for people. Everyone's been acting conspiratorial about Lightyear. Like, what is it? Because it's a toy that's based on a movie in the movie that we all grew up on. So cutely enough, this movie starts off with just a black screen and white text saying, this is the movie that Andy fell in love with and the reason why he got the toy.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Basically, South Africa, world, enjoy. This is why Lightyear exists. So I think all those conspiracies might be put to rest, although people always think, no, something's cooking in the background with Pixar Studios. They're always working on something meta, like, you know, this isn't Lightyear, this is Lightyear dreaming, this is Andy dreaming about the toy, and whatever.
Well, it makes sense if it's that way. Lightyear is the movie that little Andy watched, and then he became obsessed with it and got himself the Buzz Lightyear.
And so you can see, like, that message at the front is actually quite effective, because, like, for some reason, there's some sort of brain cell switch off and some brain cell switch on, and you feel like a kid again when you're getting into this. So, like I said, all that kind of swashbuckling, all that space ranging really comes to bear on you in a way that makes you feel like a little one when you're watching it yourself. It's tons of fun, it's kinetic, it's propulsive, it's energized, etc., etc. But it's also got a story that I should tell you about, too.
Okay.
So it is, like I said, it's you've got to try and wrap your head around it being the movie that a fictional character fell in love with, the reason he got the toy, etc., etc., and finds himself on an abandoned planet where he's trying to save these colonists, these settlers that he got trapped there off by repeating trials of trying to reach light speed, etc., etc., etc. So all that kind of business that you might recognize from Interstellar, etc., etc. Looks amazing. I think what Pixar does that's quite interesting is they try to work a lot in darkness, and they still get that, like, on the nail. It adds to the mystique of it all. And yeah, so look, propulsion, kinetics, action, all that kind of stuff, great for kids. Comedy is not necessarily on point to where, if you compare Pixar's last release, Turning Red, which I highly recommend. I wish you see it too.
A whole list of movies from JP to still watch.
Yeah, and as far as Pixar movies goes, this isn't necessarily their strongest, but like the least strong Pixar movie is still like one of the strongest releases that you can still see elsewhere. So it comes out tomorrow in SA. How about I give you another look?
Yes, please.
Yes, so sure. Lightyear getting into a bit more of the side character, which is the side man, the side cat, I suppose, the side feline to Lightyear. Interestingly enough, playing a toy to the character that toy is based on, it's all kind of wonky.
It's all interlinked.
Lightyear, here it comes.
Hello, Buzz. I am Socks, your personal companion robot.
My what?
I was issued by Star Command to ease your emotional transition after your time away.
Oh, well, that's very considerate of you, robot feline, but no thank you.
I'm afraid it's protocol. Sensors indicate you've missed 4 birthdays. Would you like a frosted snack cake to celebrate?
Negative. That would compromise my nutritional regimen.
We can talk about your feelings. I am an excellent listener.
No, look. I've had a very long day. It did not go as planned.
The mission was unsuccessful?
Affirmative.
Oh, no. I am so sorry to hear that.
Thank you, Socks.
You're welcome, Buzz. Shall we play a game?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? I can create a game specifically for you, based on your exact personality profile.
Hey, listen, Socks, buddy, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the rack.
Of course. I can provide sleep sounds if you like. I have several options. Summer night, ocean paradise, whale calls.
No. White noise is fine.
Very well.
Good night, Socks.
Good night, Buzz.
Oh, Oh, that is so cute.
Adorable.
See, that's why you need 2 cats. You can have a pair of socks.
I'm happy with Baloo, who we saw earlier. I'm a dog guy, but I suppose I get your joke, so I'm sorry.
So how many popcorns out of 10 are you giving the movie
Like
Lightyear?
I said, as far as Pixar movies goes, this is a failing grade, but 7 out of 10 is pretty high compared to most movies out there, nevertheless. Lightyear, well worth a watch, well worth taking the kids to at least see. Just would have been interesting if they could have gotten more meta, because you got the character having a toy that's an empathetic thing for him in the same way Lightyear was empathetic to Andy, etc., etc.
It's too high a grade for the kids.
You'll be surprised, but yeah. Anyway, check it out for yourself tomorrow.
Thank you, JP Sebastian, bringing us the review on Lightyear. Do go and check it out. It hits theaters tomorrow in South Africa.
Well, you know what? The youth will set you free. They will take you to infinity and beyond. And they're about to do that here today. There's a Youth Jazz Festival at the Artscape. Please get your tickets. You can go to CompuTicket or you can go to Artscape's website for those tickets. It happens tomorrow and Saturday. Please go and support these guys. They went through auditions. They got to this point. They're like the Avengers of Youth Jazz. So please enjoy this song. It's Little Girl from Sibongile Khumalo. They're going to blow you away. It is Youth Day. Let's celebrate youthfully.
Little girl, when the time comes for you to be yourself, when it seems you're all alone in the dream, believe in life. Remember, girl, it's in you. Don't forget, child, that your arms like the waves of the ocean. Remember, girl, it's in your eyes. You can touch it, oh, little girl, and your dream will carry you. When the horizon seems like a distant wish, when it seems you're all alone in the dream, when the sky becomes the limit, reach out for your dreams. Remember, girl, it's in you. Don't forget, child, that your arms like the waves of the ocean. Remember, girl, it's in your eyes. You can touch it, oh, little girl, and your dreams will carry you.
Did I not say the youth will set you free? Grab yourself some tickets, please, at the Artscape website or CompuTicket to support these guys this weekend. The Artscape Youth Jazz Festival. More to come a little bit later, and I can tell you this show contains scenes of bass solos, great singers, and violins. Viewer discretion is not advised.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to our Youth Day celebrations as we continue to inspire you with incredible young South Africans. And South Africa's most trusted and loved kitchen companion, Koo, has now unearthed Mzansi's next top cooking star through its culinary show, Color Your Plate with Koo. We saw that journey live on our show, but they haven't stopped there. So Tubbsy is at Jackie Cameron School of Food and Wine in KZN, where he is about to catch up with 4 incredible young South Africans.
Yes, and they are the next rising chefs through Koo's bursary program. Check this one out.
Last year, we got to find out how South Africa's most loved and trusted kitchen companion, Koo, wanted to give the opportunity of a lifetime to 4 lucky candidates, a chance at becoming South Africa's next rising chef through a bursary. And here we are today on Youth Day at the Jackie Cameron School of Food and Wine to find out how their journey is going and catch up with Jackie. Come with me. Corinne, it's really lovely to see you again. I'm taken back to last year, we launched the Color Your Plate bursary. It was all of the excitement, but let's take it back a little bit and refresh our memories here about the Color Your Plate bursary. What was the idea behind launching this incredible platform?
So Koo is passionate about empowering and uplifting the youth, and with our Color Your Plate TV show, we saw how inspiring Mzansi is. There's so much incredible culinary talent in Mzansi, and we really just want to give back and to showcase these students' talents and skills and just be able to show them what the culinary career is all about.
They really are talented and they have such incredible ways of expressing South Africa's true flavors through food. I imagine that it takes a lot of support from the Koo brand to be able to do that, right?
We not only have the amazing curriculum done by Chef Jackie Cameron, but Chef Ruben Riffel gets to mentor these students and just show them what the culinary industry is really about. We've partnered with Chef Jackie too to showcase Koo products in the meals that the students create on their family Friday nights. And another thing that this does is just teach them how to incorporate their 5 a day, which is their 3 veggies and your 2 fruits.
Koo is, without a doubt, one of South Africa's most loved and trusted brands, and to see them show up in this way through this Color Your Plate bursary program is special. Because not only do we grow up using these products in our homes, they become part of our DNA and part of how we express our flavor. And a bursary program like this gives people, especially young people, the opportunity to find that self-expression and really take themselves and their careers to the next level. Jackie Cameron, how are you doing?
So wonderful to have you here.
Thank you
Perfectly
so much
well.
for having me. I love this. You've been involved in this process from day one, from the selection process, and watching it unfold must be quite something for you. How's it all coming along?
It's been such a fantastic process from the beginning. I actually don't want them to hear. Should I be saying nice things about them?
Let's whisper it. Let's whisper it. They don't need to hear. I know you're a busy woman. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Let me go catch up with the students.
Great. Enjoy.
I'll catch you later. Smells divine in here, but I mean, I'm here. That tells you one thing. I know how to handle the heat. Miss Kat, chakalaka.
Chakalaka.
Emonati. What are you making?
I am making chakalaka pot stickers. So in here I've got some peppers and some carrots, and we're going to add in our koo baked beans. What is a chakalaka without koo baked beans?
It's not flavorful.
Nothing.
Kotatso, I'm seeing koo fruit, guava halves, and syrup. These bring back so many memories. I mean, what was it December, and what is a December without these? Something tells me you're making dessert.
I am.
What are you making?
Making a guava panna cotta with a poppy seed trio.
Where are you from?
From Pretoria.
All I'm going to say is from Pretoria to the world, Kotatso. This is really stunning. Seeing beetroot, I'm seeing egg, I'm seeing cheese, I'm seeing a whole lot. Kamahela, what are you making, sweetheart?
I'm making beetroot and feta scones.
Get out of here. Where did you learn that?
I'm a Jackie Cameron student, showing my pedigree.
A culinary queen in the making. I love it. I'm seeing peppers, I'm seeing spices. Lise, what on earth are you making?
I am making a red pepper hummus with dukkha topping, a feta crumble on top with some flatbread chips.
I remember when they were being assessed and going through the interview process, seeing them go through all of that pressure and still be able to come here and prepare food with so much love, so much heart and smiles on their faces. I mean, that's special. But you can see the hunger in their eyes. They want to show the world what they're made of. And you can see it in their eyes. The bursary is going to definitely take them to the world. Lightyear, what have you enjoyed about being part of this Jackie Cameron program?
Honestly, being allowed a safe space to be creative and to express yourself as a person. The Jackie Cameron School of Food and Wine has really allowed me to find deep down what I love the most.
Chef has been really hands-on and really just takes personal care of us. So with everything that we do, it's really personally tailored.
The most exciting thing has been being exposed to different dishes, things like panna cotta that I'm making today using koo products.
It's been an out-of-body experience, honestly. I wake up every day thinking this is a dream and that I am dreaming. It is amazing. I don't think we could get any of what chef teaches us in any other place.
Corinne, I'm tempted to ask, will there be more bursaries coming out of the Koo family?
Well, I'm just so inspired by these students and their amazing journey thus far. So you'll just have to watch this space and see what Koo has in store for young talent.
All you have to do is watch this space. Yes, watch this space here. I could do this all day, every day, Jackie. Is that how you call them? Let's do that. But someone's watching at home right now with a dream and not quite knowing where to go next. What's your advice to them?
Well, they must contact me. But also, it's to go and actually speak to chefs. Go and maybe work a day, an afternoon, a weekend in a kitchen, in a restaurant, to get a real first-hand experience of what it is to be a chef.
Ladies, this looks absolutely amazing. I can't believe those ingredients I was looking at earlier have come to life in this way. But let's talk about Koo and how that has played a role in your journey.
Koo has started my culinary career, essentially.
For me, Koo has always been part of our African homes. So being part of the brand and how it has inspired me to always stay true to my Africanness.
Take the same ingredients you grew up with, like Koo products, and transform them because you've been given the opportunity to be taught these great skills. I think it's amazing. It has truly inspired my journey.
They're pantry staples that we had to think out of the box for. So Koo has catapulted me into greatness.
Ladies, I am so inspired by your story. Thank you so much for sharing this experience with us. Kotatso Kamohelo, Lungelo and Lihle. These look amazing. I brought my appetite, honestly, but I also brought my own knife and fork, so I'm gonna be digging in. Let's get in there. It's very evident that the Coup Color Your Plate bursary has played such a critical role in giving these young people the platform to be able to express their skills, their talents, and their aspirations in the most beautiful way. Tasty way as well, but also learning only from the best. And here's to seeing what these young people are going to be doing with their careers next. And really, like what Jackie Cameron says, never, ever, ever, ever give up. I'm not giving up on this. It's more than all right. It's delicious.
To be so doing what he does best. But you know what? It's so inspiring to see South African culinary field just being so inspiring and just going out there. It's flavorful. It's exciting to see the youth doing that.
The kids are going to be okay.
They are.
I think they don't need us anymore. They're going to be just okay. But we love it when these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities turn into this kind of long-term journey. Absolutely beautiful. But to be honest, the one take-home is that I'm now starving. So please, can we cook up something just for the dads?
Introduce new Coup Pilchers as part of your 5-a-day meal. It's high in omega-3 for heart wellness. Coup uzotwala.
Don't worry, G-Man, we have got you sorted, because if you're looking for an easy and flavorful recipe inspiration for Father's Day, look no further, because we have Frank Dangereux in studio from the Food Barn in Noordhoek, and he is here to show us how to make a mouth-watering pasture-reared steak sandwich using the Le Creuset signature square skillet grill. It's no ordinary sandwich. It's the perfect way to treat Dad on his special day. Frank, it's so great to have you here.
Hi Zoe, how are you?
Very well. Did I pronounce your surname correctly?
You did, yeah, it's pretty good. Dangereux.
Oh, listen, it's a beautiful surname, and we have a beautiful piece of steak here in front of us.
Okay, so this is like for kids to bring the game on for their dad. So I'm going to start because we haven't got much time. So basically you take your sirloin and you season it on both sides.
Okay.
So I've left the fat on. Can you see this fat on this?
Yes.
The fat is very important. At least cook it with the fat.
Cook it with the fat.
Yeah, and then if you decide later on to take it off, then you can take it off. So that goes straight onto the skillet.
And no oil, nothing?
No, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, so you could put a bit of oil in the well, let's do it.
There's a little bit of oil.
That's a bit of truffle oil, it's even better.
Ooh. We're going
I'm just
really
going to do
fancy.
that. Yeah, I will use it later, so I'm going to just do that.
Just a little...
But because there's the fat, I'm actually going to start it on the fat, like this.
Oh.
So what happens is the fat is going to start rendering in there, and then it's going to make some greasiness in the pan, and then when we start cooking the meat itself, we'll turn that down a bit.
And we're getting it going. Oh, listen, this is going to be a delicious sandwich.
Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to toss those onions.
Because that's also important. What are we putting on our steak sandwich? We've got the steak sorted, which you're busy grilling up now, and you're making some fried onions.
Make some fried onions, and will you help me with this? So
yes.
what I've got here is the homemade mayonnaise, and then if you can, so this is a combination of basil, tarragon, and chives.
Okay.
And a bit of parsley as well. So if you put it all in there, and then you
give it a good mix
together, yeah.
Okay, we are firing through this recipe, which is amazing. And what is incredible about Le Creuset is this product is perfect for year-round gifting, as it can be used on any stovetop, including gas and induction. Because Le Creuset cast iron heats so efficiently, it is best used on a low to medium heat setting. And this really is the ultimate gift-giving idea, especially for Dad who loves to grill. And it seals the food real quickly, and it's also very suitable for healthier cooking too. Okay, I'm busy making our sauce.
You're doing great. Are you going to taste it? Do you taste your food?
I do.
Okay, cool. It's very important.
Okay.
Very important. You must remember when you make something, you got to give it a taste to make sure it's salty enough, peppery
Sure, I'll
enough.
give it a little taste.
Yeah. And then here on the meat side, can you see this is really, so the beauty with those cast iron skillets is that the cast iron has got such amazing heat retention. So once it's on medium heat, look, it was on medium heat a good 5 minutes before we started cooking.
And then you just reduce the heat.
A little bit, because it's really keeps on generating. And I'm going to turn it that way.
Oh.
Can you see what I mean with the fat that we generated just from the actual fat.
Yes,
So the fat is shrunk, so we can eat it.
Oh, fantastic. And what's also amazing is Le Creuset not only offers its colorful cast iron, but also has other premium cookware ranges too, such as the toughened non-stick and the stainless steel. All Le Creuset products are designed to make your cooking as effortless as possible. And just looking at Frank, he is making this recipe look effortless.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. It's really...
Oh, your glass is steaming up.
Yeah. So I've got the sourdough. So, okay, I'm using sourdough just as an attempt to be a little bit more healthy, but my heart would want to use brioche, which is that naughty French bread with butter in it. So you put the slices on either side of, or if you're making 2 steaks because you're cooking for more than 1 person, then you can, once you take the steak out, you can put the bread. You basically toast the bread in the skillet. The onions, I put them in, and they're going nicely.
Oh.
Your sauce, can I taste it?
You can go for it. You can give it a taste. Give me the A-OK. Happy with it? I'll take credit for that. Thank you. A little bit more pepper.
Okay, very good.
Oh.
So this is homemade mayo, but I mean, if you can buy good quality store-bought as well.
And that will be equally as good. Now, the benefit of cooking with stainless steel is that it heats gently and even throughout, and it also receives a temperature that changes, which makes it perfect, suited for when you're frying, boiling, and sautéing. And the satin black enamel surfaces on the grill caramelizes the steak so perfectly. It is juicy and tender. Just look at that. Do you give your steak some time to rest?
So, normally, yes, but I believe we won't have time. So I'm going to slice it anyway.
Okay.
How are we for time? Can I start assembling?
You can start assembling and cutting, and I will tell you that you can visit Le Creuset in-store or online at lecreuset.co.za to shop Father's Day gifting inspiration, including grills like we've used, knives, wine accessories, and more. You will also find all of the cookware and accessories you need to plan the perfect Father's Day lunch. Now, if you are drooling to get your hands on this delicious recipe, we have it available for you. It's at expressoshow.com, and make sure you follow at Le Creuset SA for more delicious inspiration on social media. Look at this. So, Chef, you are finishing up our dish for us. We've got our fried onions.
I think we're almost going to make it, huh?
Yes, yes, yes. We'll buy you a few more seconds. There we go.
So basically what I'm going to do is now I've got my toast, a little bit of wild rocket on it. Here I've got my steak that I'm going to slice.
Oof. And just you're going to top that up with a little bit of the sauce I made, which is our homemade mayo.
Definitely put a bit more sauce.
See, that is how I love my steak.
Yeah, you said earlier you like it nice and rare.
There
so you
we
put
go.
the meat. You see, I'm slicing it quite thin so that when you bite into it, it doesn't kind of make it too difficult.
There we go.
And then what I've got here is some real Parmesan.
Oh.
So the Parmesan is you take a little veg peeler and you just virtually make shavings right on top of the steak, like this.
Look at that.
And then you can be quite generous.
Be generous. Dad's gonna love it. Chef Frank, this has been amazing to watch you cook. You're putting this sandwich together. I know it feels a little bit rushed, but we do have that recipe for you. It is available on our website, expressoshow.com. And as the chef puts the final touches on, we have our completed sandwich ready for Dad to enjoy. I think we need to get Graham in here to come and have this for breakfast.
There we go.
Thank you, Chef.
Welcome back, my friends. It's going to be a big year, girl. I don't think we've even fully appreciated just how big it's going to be. Why? Because Tropica Island of Treasure is back, and it's better than ever before because season 10 is here, and to mark the occasion, the milestone, we're back with the best of the best. It's an all-star. It's a superstar all-star cast.
Every time I see the cast, I literally get goosebumps. I'm like, oh my word, it just gets bigger and better every single time. But what would this kind of entertainment be without giving away massive prizes to all of our Tropica fans out there? Now, these incredible prizes include Suzuki products worth up to 250,000 Rand. You can choose anything you like in store, from a bike to even a car. Yep. A car could be yours. Now, that is not all. You could even win Uber vouchers worth 10,000 Rand, rest-assured beds, a trip to the island of Seychelles, and so much more.
When the prizes are this big, it's impossible to know where to start because you want to kind of climb, but every prize is massive. Definitely going with the bike. You've given me permission. I can choose a bike. I'm allowed to now, babe. Now, today's lucky winner is going to walk away with one of these awesome prizes. So, for the 20th time today, can we please have another drum roll and make someone a winner? Congratulations to Kemogetso Moselane, all the way from the city of gold, baby. Kemogetso, congratulations. You have just won, not one, but two Tropica treasures, a 10,000 Rand Adidas voucher, get out, and an AEG gas hob.
I'm jealous.
These are like lust-worthy prizes. You don't understand, okay? I mean, 10 grand's worth of Addy, that's just mind-blowing. Please go and spend them on one pair. Do that. Walk around in a 10 grand pair of shoes, but that AEG gas hob is next level.
Life-changing.
Beautiful.
Life-changing. Oh. But guess what? We actually have her on the line right now to deliver this news to her. Are you with us, Mama? You are a winner. Congratulations!
Morning, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, morning.
I gotta say, one prize would be awesome. Two prizes would be awesome. Two prizes this valuable, just insane. How are you feeling? You have won two absolutely amazing prizes.
I'm quite excited. Still a little bit in disbelief. I think it will sink in when, I actually do have the prizes with me, but I'm ecstatic.
Oh, believe it, it is not a fluke. That prizes are coming your way. But just how excited are you that you've just won an AEG gas hob for your home? It is coming
That's
to
what
you.
the chefs use.
I am so happy with regards to that. That is the best gift for me. Unexpected, but it could really help with a lot.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Then, of course, a little bit of drip in the form of 10,000 Rands worth of Adidas vouchers. How are you going to spend this 10 grand? Because I'm like, go and buy yourself the most... No, just one pair of shoes. The most expensive pair of trainers that you can find. I want you to walk around in 10 grand shoes. Now, what are you going to spend the 10,000 Rands worth of Adidas vouchers on? Do you have a plan?
Yes, I actually do have a plan for myself and my daughter. We're going to be training with that.
Oh, that's the way
matching.
to do it.
Do matching outfits.
Oh, that's going to be so
that
cute.
is so cute. But what are you looking forward to the most on this season of Tropica Island of Treasure, besides the 10 all-star celebrities?
No, I'm looking forward to one person. That's my favorite person. That's Anga. So I'm just looking forward to looking at him the whole time.
Just looking at him. That's all you need. Just want to look at him. I'll go and check out his social media pages as well and get a little look in there. But he is, of course, the new host of this all-star seasons of Tropica Island of Treasure. He is such a lovely guy as well. He is so emotionally invested in this process, and I think he's going to do it brilliantly. So you're on the money there. Well done. Congratulations. Cannot wait to see the pictures of you and your gorgeous daughter twinning in your brand new Addy gear. But two prizes valued at 10,000 Rand. What a win.
Also take a picture with a hob as well, just like with your IDs, with the hob. Send us those pictures.
Done.
But again, for you at home, if you'd like to be a lucky winner, just like Kemogetso, all you need to do is follow these smooth, simple steps. Now, you have to buy the promotional Tropica bottle with a red cap, and then you have to find your unique code underneath the cap. Very simple, and you can stand the chance to win loads of instant prizes. It could be yours.
And then you enter by dialing *120 *8767 *, and you've got to include that unique code found under your red promo cap. That's the first key, and then followed by the hash button on your cell phone to complete your entry. And then just like Kia Mochetse, if you find the word treasure, you too could win big, massive. But don't forget that competition closes at the end of June, so get on it, buy the Tropica today, and you could win one of your very own treasures. But the terms and conditions and all the information you need can be found on tropica.co.za, and of course the Tropica socials, so go and check them out and get excited.
Want to win a taste of the smooth life? Buy a Tropica, find your unique code under the cap, and stand a chance to win your share of 100,000 Rand worth of Uber vouchers. If you find the word treasure under your cap, you will win one of these 10 big prizes: a gas hob, a fridge, a clothing voucher worth 10,000 Rand, one of 3 Rest Assured beds, or one of 2 Uber vouchers worth 10,000 Rand each. You could also win a trip for 2 to the smooth Seychelles, or a whopping 250,000 Rand worth of prizes from Suzuki. So buy a Tropica today, and you could win big. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
You know that youth are a treasure. They really are. And these guys behind me from the Artscape Youth Jazz Festival, they are absolutely exceptional. They have a showcase for you tomorrow and Saturday. Tickets available at Copy Ticket. Please go and support them. Now, this next song is very special because you're going to need to remember the names of Kontotwalo as well as Asemahle Choloba. They created this song. And it's a song that loosely translated actually means you have a home with me or a home in me. I mean, that is depth. That is beautiful, and this is what the youth have to offer when it comes to the future of the South African music industry. So please enjoy this one. This is called Unekaya Kum from the Youth Jazz Festival artists.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... The stars, the sun, and everything in between aligns and reminds me every day of your love. Dingo wako sukundi tanda busa diakutanda asoze sihlukane. The moon, the stars, the sun, and everything in between aligns and reminds me every day of your love. Dingo wa sukundi tanda mbuza diakutanda asoze sihlukane. Sultano longo kumsisa longe unekaya. Si Sultano longo kumsisa longe unekaya. Si Sultano longo kumsisa longe unekaya. Si Sultano longo kumsisa longe unekaya. The stars, the sun, and everything in between aligns and reminds me every day of your love. Dingo wako sukundi tanda busa yakutanda asoze sihlukane. The moon, the stars, the sun, and everything in between aligns and reminds me every day of your love. Dingo wako sukundi tanda busa asoze sihlukane uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya uthando lwakho kuzisa lonke unekhaya.
It's like you can't applaud because it's so good. And I just would rather quote a South African exclamation, that is, Youth Day. This is these guys, they are amazing. Artscape Jazz Festival, it's all for the youth. Please go grab your tickets at CompuTicket as well as Artscape's website and support the future of SA music. And that song, Uneka Akum, I'm going to tell you now, that is a #1 track right there, and they composed it. Stick around to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much for keeping it tuned into our Youth Day commemorations this morning. And of course, we are highlighting what happened on June 16 in 1976, an uprising that began in Soweto and then spread across the country, and it profoundly changed the socio-political landscape in South Africa. And it was a message that I think was broadcast to the entire world, and they had to wake up to it. Now, countless young bodies stood together to protest injustice and an inhumane system. And although lives were lost, the message that was sent out shook the nation and put young people at the forefront of change in this country.
Oh, absolutely.
Undoubtedly.
And today we are discussing how the actions of that day have persevered in the hearts of present youth and how young people can amplify their voices and be the leaders of tomorrow. So we are joined by Stellenberg High students. We have Nolan Claassen, we have Alexandra Terry, as well as our very own Chef Clem's sister, Gemma Pedro. So again, we are encouraging you. What is your message for the youth today? Please do send through those WhatsApp voice notes. That number is 063-408-8863. Hello and welcome. G and I were just saying the future is looking bright. Look at this.
Yeah, man, I'm starting to feel like you guys don't really need us anymore, that you're kind of taking care of yourselves. But that might be way off the mark because we know that this is still a grossly male-dominated world. I'm going to start with you, Nolan. We're going to address one of the first issues right now. No, I joke about this, but we are dealing with some pretty heavy topics today, and I know this is stuff that you are forced to think about every day, especially after the last 2 years of craziness. So, Nolan, first of all, I'm going to call you a Gen Z. Does that offend you in any way? Are you happy to bear that label? Great. So, I've got to ask, because we love to categorize things, and you're all completely different people with different ideas of where you want to go, but you're all facing very similar problems in terms of where South Africa is. What are you battling with? What do you struggle to wrap your head around? What are those issues that keep you up at night?
Well, personally, I think that there are a lot of big issues that the youth is facing today. Personally, myself, I face academic stress, academic pressure and academic stress. Sometimes I face friendship stress and even familial stress, coming from my background. And sometimes there's this perception that the youth we have it all easy and we don't have, everything is spoon-fed to us.
Back in my day, you would never
Yeah, and like my mother is Gen X, and she had her own issues as they came out of the apartheid era.
Yeah.
But our issues are just as real. And like school pressure, it's on another level. Whoa. And the teachers, the pressure they put on us, and social media that the pressure they put on us. And I understand social media, it opened up a new avenue for connections, and that's beneficial to our world today because now we are more accessible. And yeah, but also it's one of the main sources of insecurities to teenagers.
And what you're seeing, 99.9% of the time is not true. It's not a real reflection of life. Well put, dude. It's going to be okay, bro. It's going to be okay. This too shall pass.
Absolutely.
But thank you for being so honest, yeah.
Absolutely, and the struggle is real. I mean, you speaking about your mom saying what difficulties she had, and now you guys are facing the same. Gemma, maybe I can ask you, why do you think it is so important that the youth speaks about this, that they use their voices to amplify what is happening in society for them?
I think it's important for us teenagers to motivate others and to tell others that we are the generation that is going to change the world. Because we, as teenagers, I think that we just need to be ambitious, because what is ambition without dedication, loyalty and trust? And I think being kind and being loyal also is a very important, are some of the important qualities that one should have.
Completely. Loyalty is our currency. Yeah, in our workplace, it's amazing. You think that work rests on critical skills, but for us, it's more of an emotional thing. It's being there to back each other up in those crunch moments, being able to make personal connections really quickly. A lot of things that they aren't teaching you in any curriculum that I've ever encountered or studied. Alexandra, I think a lot of people are facing this wall now. So you're going to work hard, you're going to get the grades, you're going to achieve at school. Bam, you hit this unemployment wall that seems to be the biggest issue facing young people leaving school. How does that make you feel when you hear every day these statistics about unemployment? And how do you think you're going to get around that? Because that's obviously where you're at now. Are you feeling hopeless? Are you feeling like, okay, now I'm still going to get that job? Where are you at?
I feel like it's not fair because some people really work hard and then they don't get where they want to be. And it's sometimes that the people that work the hardest don't even get anywhere. But I feel like it's also because companies, they want people with experience, but they're not willing to train the people to get experience, and then that causes the unemployment, which leads into poverty and so forth.
And where do you think that training should be happening? Would you like companies to come to your school and start introducing you to those career paths, engaging with you, job shadowing, those sorts of things? Do you think that's going to help?
Yeah, I feel like that would also put you on the right path to where you want to be. Because say now grade 10, you're like, okay, maybe I want to be an electrical engineer. Then they come to your school and you get the idea of it, and you're like, actually, no, it's not my thing. And then you can maybe try something else before you can try something else.
I'm still trying, yeah.
This is why we're having these conversations, so that companies can find out what the Gen Zs want to know, that they can be able to do this. But we are obviously going to continue this conversation because it is not all dark and gloom. We want to inspire the youth out there to make a change, to use their voices, to magnify these issues that are present and stuff that you guys are facing. So again, we're encouraging you at home, send through those voice notes of encouragement to our youth, to our panel, 063 408 8863. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, so this is an opportunity for us to take Youth Day to a next level and focus a little bit more on Father's Day. Now, Father's Day is just around the corner, and the best way to show appreciation for dads is through a quality time around the fire. Yes, I said that. That is where you spend time with Pops. Now, today we welcome the King of the Braai, a TV presenter, entrepreneur, a good friend, and the creator of National Braai Day, Jan Braai, is here. Dude,
I'm here.
You are here?
Yes.
You are
unbelievable. And you know what? I've always wanted to hug you on TV.
Oh, yes, come here.
Yes. There,
I love
it's done. I love you, Cole. But let's talk about these
yes, please.
Father's Day presents.
I want to go all the way back, okay? Because every single time I see you, I get more and more proud because all the way back in the day, you know, you started this. Now, I know this was a concept of yours. Was it 2005? Where you said to yourself, people need to take this Braai thing seriously for unity.
Let's unite around a fire once a year, 24th September, National Braai Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have a national day of celebration in South Africa, similar to St. Patrick's Day or King's Day. Or, you know, other nations have these wonderful, where once a year they say, okay, now today, no politics, no sport, no religion. Today we just party together.
Yes.
And that's National Braai Day.
And that is why I love it, because the unity behind it. And you know, every single culture has some sort of a storytelling moment around a fire.
Yes.
And you've made that for us, which is great. So National Braai Day is something, and also I know it's Heritage Day, but at the same time you look at it and you're like, but heritage is us unifying.
Around the fire.
Around the fire.
That's the ancient way of getting together in Africa.
So let's talk about how this Jan Braai brand of yours, it went from, you know, something that I know is part of National Braai Day, but now it's become very physical. We can touch and feel. I have this potjie, by the way.
Yes.
So I just think that you've enabled us to celebrate with the tools we need, and you've also collabed with Woodies.
Yes, they said, let's develop a range together of the stuff that you, Jan Braai, said to me. I'm not talking about myself in the third person. I'm not a crazy rugby player. So, you know, let's make the stuff the way you genuinely want them at your fire. So if we start off with the grid, you obviously need a grid that closes to make braai broodjies, to turn all the chops at once.
Yes.
Now the shape, it's square, because then if you take a top angle photo for Instagram of your food, it's got the perfect angle for Instagram. So that's why the Jan Braai grid is square. Because what's the point of braaiing great food if you're not showing off on social media with it?
And I thank you. You know why I like this is because usually my pictures, you always have some of the chops cut out as the rectangular grid.
And you don't want to cut the chop, you want to eat the chop.
Instagrid, right? Jan Braai.
And then also it takes exactly 9 slices of bread for braai broodjies, and a sliced toasted bread always has 18 slices. So that's the correct number of braai broodjies to make is 9. Also, on a 300-gram block of cheese gives you 33 grams of cheese per braai broodjie. So that's why it's square, and then also you can adjust the grid height. So if it's a thick steak or a thin piece of fish or whatever, it's
instead of it's because it used to sit like this. Remember when you had a thick piece on the end?
Yes.
And then what happens to the other chops here? They start moving around and doing their things. So that's absolutely perfect.
Then
I love that concept.
This is the cube, the Jan Braai cube. So it allows you to put your grid, depending on what you're braaiing, how much heat you want, on 3 levels. So that's the low setting, medium, and obviously high. And it's completely stable, so that's that. Then there's the tongs, so 2 tongs.
So why are these tongs special? Because I see there's different colors here.
Yes, so the yellow one is for your fire and your coals, and the black one is for your meat. So you don't get confused. And afterwards, chuck them in the dishwasher and they clean again.
I love that because, you know, after a couple, somebody will take the one that's for the coals and flip your chop with it.
And you don't want that. You don't want ash on your chop.
No ash, please.
This is our latest product. It's wipes. disposable, biodegradable. Clean your grid, your tongs, your hands, your face, your dirty mouth. You can clean everything. No, not your mouth.
Not your
the
mouth.
inside of your mouth. It was a joke. And then you just chuck it in the fire afterwards. Then, of course, leather gloves so that you don't burn your hands. If you braai as often as the two of us, then obviously now and again you're going to touch something warm. This is a fireproof pan. This one is carbon, blue steel when you want to make sauces or something to put on your steak. This is, of course, my putupap fork. You know?
Yeah, because the thing is, you can't make your pap like krummel without a little bit of forks to kind of make it.
It's impossible to get a proper krummel if you don't have a proper fork to make the krummel of your putu.
Yes.
Then, of course, there's the thermometer. You stick it in the meat to...
That's very fancy. Yeah. That's when you...
That's when you next level, as the kids would say. We are kids.
Of course we're kids.
We have fathers.
Yes. OMG.
And then you can measure the internal temperature of the meat. For steak, for medium rare, you want like a 52. For lamb, just that pink, just before medium, where the fat starts to render, 63. For pork, you want 71. For the chicken, you want 80. So it takes all the guesswork out of braaiing your thermometer. Then, of course, we've got the Jan Braai knife. It says Jan Braai. Yeah. You have a knife with your name on it.
I don't have a knife with my name, but the thing is, I actually might have your knife. So I still feel like I'm
you
a
never get confused. You always know, like in my house, I always know it's my knife because my name is on it. And then,
That's the best, yes.
And then it comes with a honing rod. So you can't buy the knife on its own.
Okay.
So it's always sharp. The technique is like this. You even get a little paper with the packaging that explains to you how to do it.
Brilliant. And remember, always away from yourself as you do.
Exactly. Don't try and be very fancy like a chef. No. Away from yourself like that.
Done.
Always sharp. Then there's, of course, the chopping board. Yeah.
Love it.
Like that. With you can flip it. Oh, you shouldn't flip it around on TV. Then people see the sticker.
The stickers, yes.
Yeah. But anyway, there's a chopping board. Then there's the Jan Braai potjie that Carl also has.
I love this.
Yeah. This is a number 10 flat bottom potjie, so it's perfect when you're cooking for 4 to 6 people.
Yes.
Because of the flat bottom, you can also put it on a stove when there's a hurricane outside, as we had this past week in Cape Town. Then if you want to sear steak on a cast iron pan, you just flip this, you put the lid on your fire. Then if you're baking stuff like a malva pudding or something on the fire, and you want to put coals on top, that's why it's got this little lip, so the coals don't, and then if you take the lid off, then the coals don't fall and the ash into your food.
This is brilliant.
And because of the flat bottom, it also packs away easy in a cupboard, travels easy in the boot of your car, and of course, washes easy in a normal kitchen. And then this is the wok, or as I call it, the pan with holes, because it is a pan with holes. And that you use, and that you use for like little items, too small to put on a grid, too lazy to skewer. Like, for example, prawns. If you want to braai prawns, this is the one you do it in. Mushrooms, whatever. So many Father's Day gifts rush to Woolworths now. It's going to sell out by this afternoon.
It will. Jan Braai, thank you so much. Make sure your dad is loved. It's going to sell out by today. Get your dad something fantastic. I'm thinking at Woolworths, the Gatapan might be fantastic for him. Make sure you go to Woolworths in-store, online, or on the app, and go get it now. And happy Father's Day.
everybody. We're still focusing on the youth this morning, and we know exams and stress, they are inevitable part of a life of learning. However, understanding more about what stress is and how you can balance it out may help you to function better during the stressful time of the year. And again, we are joined by Stellenbosch High students Nolan Claassen, we have Alexander Terry, as well as our very own Gemma Pedro on the couch this morning.
No, we're taking ownership of you girls. No, the Pedros are ours, that's it. You know, we make light of it, but I'm taking myself back to that time, and it was so stressful for me. Exam stress can be overwhelming, and it's exhausting, and it takes all of your focus away from what you need to be concentrating on, and it could make existing mental health issues a lot worse. How do you deal with stress during exams? We'd love to hear from you. Please drop us a voice note on our WhatsApp line, 063 408 8863. So we've caught you guys at like the eye of the storm between the two maths exams. Probably if I had to go back to my matric experience, that was probably the most stressful because I knew what I could do, but I just needed to get my brain to do it, man. And there was a large body of work. It's your whole school career culminating in this one moment. How you doing, Nolan? How do you feel about the exam stress? Do you have a way of approaching it, or are you kind of just completely stressed out? How are you feeling?
Well, yes, I am completely stressed out. I have a few more papers left, and I haven't started with any of them. And like today, I need to start today. And like the stress that builds up, it almost causes you not to study as well.
It's called procrastination, man.
Yes, procrastination. But how I navigate that through those difficulties, my mother always says that I need to relax myself so that I can switch off, because I overstudy because of all my anxieties.
Overthink it,
like, I overthink every single thing. So normally I would take regular breaks. I'd even try to motivate someone else so that both of us can like motivate each other so that we can both study. Like even studying like with a WhatsApp call, with a WhatsApp group call. That's interesting. Well, that's interesting. And it like we motivate each other. We ask each other different questions with different type of perspectives involved.
That.
Yes, so that's what I mainly
like that.
do.
Take a breath, take a breath. It's
Yeah,
going to be
just
easy.
breathe.
We've gone through it, and look where we're sitting today. But that being said, I remember back in my day, like having a study group, that helped me as well. But I mean, Gemma, for you, there must be a lot of distractions, like maybe going to your brother's house and he's cooking food. That distracts you. What are some of the distractions that you face when it comes to exam times?
During exam times, I always find that the major distraction is always having a personal device with me while I'm studying. Because while I study and have my phone next to me, when a notification pops up, your natural reaction is to look at it. Oh, who messaged me? Okay, I'm going to respond, put it back down, and you lose focus of what you were doing, especially somebody tags you in an Instagram post and you get all the notifications, or somebody posted a TikTok video. And it is a very big distraction because for us as well, we have an online platform from what we work with, because we do partly online and then we at school as well. So it is kind of a tricky thing to manage, but I always try and put all of my devices in another room so that I can put my focus on what I'm busy with, and that always helps.
So should parents take the kids' phones away? Because now this, it's resting on you, okay? You're telling all the parents out there, take the device. Joking, don't take.
No, I understand, and the same applies in our world as well. We heard the P word, procrastination. Is this something that you struggle with? And if so, how have you learned how to beat that? What do you do when it feels like the wheels have ground to a halt?
Well, I mean, like some days you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm going to study today, I'm going to get my stuff done, I'm going to clean my room, and then I'm going to be in a clean mindset. And then you wake up the next morning and you're like, I really don't feel like doing this. And then you get up and you at least try and you make your bed, and then you're just like, I'm not going to do this today. But I don't know if it's just me, but like random points of the day, I just get random shoots of motivation in me. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing this now, I'm doing this. And then, but procrastination, it's a struggle. It's a real struggle. Like, I just try and keep a clear mindset, and I try and studying in a clean space where nothing can distract me, and just a place that how do I say, like, keeps me, like, I feel safe in almost.
Completely,
and
yeah.
Then I like lighting a candle.
Do it. Light incense, do whatever you need to do. The music, the mood lighting, do it. I'm like you with the cleaning, and I still do it now. If I come home and I'm stressed and I need to like sort my mind out, I declutter my space.
Yes.
And it's having those practical tips and those practical tools. And of course, I'm hoping we're going to get some great tips from you guys right now from our WhatsApp line. And let's take a listen to that first voice note that came through.
Hey, beautiful family. My message today for Youth Day is that we have the power to change the world only if we stay united and do everything together, because there is power in unity.
Sure.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Can you hear that you are not alone? Okay, we also have another voice note that came through. Let's take a listen to it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nefertiti, and I want to wish you a happy Youth Day. My message for Youth Day is that I want to say to the youth that be your own self, be who you are. Nowadays, we are so worried about what others will think and what will make them happy instead of thinking about ourselves and thinking what will make us happy. So I want to say that be who you are, be your own self, and that's where you'll find your passion.
And I see all three of you are nodding.
Yeah,
with that.
emphatically
Yes,
so.
yes.
I love that. Thank you, Nefertiti, and everyone who sent through those voice notes. Thank you to you guys. Good luck. Just take it step by step. And as we've been chatting kind of off camera as well, this is not going to define the rest of your life, but it's going to make you feel incredibly proud if you achieve the things that you set your mind to. So just go out there and smash paper 2 out the park. We hopefully have given you just a safe place to say it's okay not to be okay all of the time. Thanks so much for the panel for lending their wise words, their voices to our discussion today.
Absolutely, and guess what? This one over here, Gemma Pedro, has something for you, so stay tuned because she will be performing just for us, so don't go anywhere.
It's going to relax you before the exam.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I hope hope you're having a wonderful Youth Day so far. It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, and you are just in time for another important conversation. Now, the Motsepe Foundation is hosting an Information and Opportunities Expo in Johannesburg on the 28th of June in Johannesburg. Now, this expo will equip marginalized and unemployed youth with the necessary tools to unlock opportunities at the top listed companies and leading advocacy groups. Now, it also aims to build an ecosystem of opportunities targeting 1 million young people by 2027. Now, joining us today via Zoom is Emily Dlamini, who is the Bursary Finance Administrator of the Motsepe Foundation. Good morning, Emily.
Morning, Zoe, and good morning to your viewers.
So, Emily, I'd like to start this conversation with something that is definitely the elephant in anybody's room, COVID-19. It's caused a huge impact on the unemployment rate among youth. And I feel like it's important for us to start by you painting a picture as to what these current statistics look like in South Africa.
Thank you, Carl. If we take the 18 months from 2020 to September 2021, which were the hard impact months, we find that SA lost 2.1 million jobs. 6 out of the 10 jobs were held by people 34 years old and younger. And this occurred after a decade when we left youth behind when it comes to job creation.
Yeah.
We had a bit of recovery since September, but we still face a youth unemployment rate of 59%.
And those are some scary statistics being said, Emily. Now, the up-and-coming expo, that is very exciting, and also the foundation will be hosting. It is a very important opportunity for young people to network with large corporations. Can you share with us a little bit more of what people can expect from this expo?
The expo arose from a recognition that there is a lot we can do to support youth in looking for work and in developing relevant skills, and that many companies want to offer more youth opportunities, but they're unsure how to do this. The expo will have prominent speakers sharing lessons and tips, a wide range of company booths where youth can see what is available and engage with companies, and empowerment sessions on topics such as entrepreneurship and labor market skills. We're proud to partner with large companies such as Naspers, Discovery, African Rainbow Minerals in doing this expo.
And this is going to be very special because I know that accessibility is a massive thing with regard to what has happened. So I'm very, very excited for youth to get that face-to-face experience with those big companies. But let's move forward. The digital economy. I mean, it's on the rise, and South Africa is a large importer of digital skills. So what are some of the programs and exhibitions taking place that will address this issue of getting us future ready?
What we have, the Motsepe Foundation is working with the NGO Harambee, as well as large open source education providers. Harambee will host a session with delegates showing how to create a CV designed online. We will also dedicate an exhibition space to open source where delegates can browse available free courses. Someone on site will assist them to sign up, and we will check on their progress. These open source platforms are a simple way to improve digital skills without enrolling in an institution. They also provide certificates that can be used as signal to employers that they have acquired this expertise.
It's amazing that there will be someone that can keep them accountable and also just encourage them to see this through. Now, Emily, earlier you mentioned a couple of big companies, and I know the foundation has managed to arrange many influential delegates and corporations. Who are some of the delegates that our youth can expect to see and interact with at the expo?
Okay, the expo will begin with an inspirational remark by our own chairperson, Dr. Patrice Motsepe. Following his opening, the delegates can expect to hear from Adrian Go, the founder and CEO of Discovery, as well as the CEO of Naspers, Kuti Mahanyele Dabengwa. The companies in attendance include Discovery, Naspers, African Rainbow Minerals, Sanlam, Rain, Timeback, Harambee, and Youth Employment Service, which is YES.
Wow, this is an absolutely incredible opportunity. Emily, thank you so much for sharing and also for the Motsepe Foundation to be so aware of what is important to youth, and that is accessibility, empowerment, and enablement for the future. Because I feel like if we are going to turn this unemployment rate around, we have to start with expos like these becoming a catalyst for information. So thank you to you and your team. Emily, all the best with the festivities. We'll make sure that youth take advantage of this massive opportunity. So thank you once again to you and your team.
Thank you, Carl. But before I go, it is very important for our viewers to go on our website,
yes,
www.motsepefoundation.org, and register today for the expo for the 28th of June.
Oh, thank you, Emily. That website is on your screens right now. If you are part of that youth bracket, make sure you attend this amazing opportunity. This is free to attend this exhibition for unemployed youth on Tuesday, the 28th of June, 2022, out in Sandton. The registration to attend the expo is now open, and you can go and find all of the details on www.motsepefoundation.org.
All right,
Thank you,
so
Carl.
this one is for youth who move a lot. Well, that's for all of us, in fact, because it's just so delicious. And maybe for fathers on Father's Day, we made a beautiful steak sandwich earlier that's just like blown my mind. We need something to accompany that.
Yeah.
Or I need something I can go home and make for my little ones today, and they're going to love it. Tando, what do you got for us?
I love this recipe because it's for fathers. It's got the spiciness, it's got the hotness, it's a snack as well.
I'm looking at the makings of a peri-peri sauce, second to none here.
That is what we're starting with. So on your side, we've got some red peppers, red onion.
Well, everything going in.
Everything is going in.
Look, I would say this from my experience working with you guys. I would char those red peppers, get a bit of char on them.
You have the flavor techniques already. Just shove it in.
Ming it in there.
It's fine.
Okay, so what else we got here? Bird's eye, red chilies. Definitely.
Maybe we could blend some of it a bit. So add some red wine vinegar and then some oil, and then we'll blend that, and then we'll blend it twice. Yeah.
Okay, I'm loving that.
So
yeah, you've got a little bit of everything. You've got fresh, you've got the sweetness, you've got the pop, you've got the heat. Definitely the heat.
And add as much chili as you want, please.
I mean, a little goes a long way. And of course, we have got our absolutely beautiful Clover Classic dairy snack here to balance it out as well, which is going to make a big difference. So let's get this guy going. Those colors. Spectacular.
There we go. And then you can add the remaining ingredients.
Okay, beautiful.
Because now it's all great. So we've got some lemon juice, salt and pepper.
A little bit of is that salt or sugar going in there? I don't want to put this.
Sugar. My mistake. Some sugar, pepper, and then garlic.
Whole thing in there. Garlic. And the nice thing is, you're going to blitz it up anyway.
And then smoked paprika as well.
Smoky flavors.
And then blend that. And then on my side,
a little bit more oil?
A little more oil.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, this is going to be wonderful. No one gets left behind. All right, beautiful. So it's really quick and simple. That is a delicious homemade peri-peri dipping sauce.
And that's
use this as a marinade for chicken. I mean, you could take it anywhere.
You can keep it in a jar, and every time you eat, you can basically your own peri-peri sauce.
Oh, imagine just tortillas.
There we go.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so on my side, I've got some potatoes mashed up, and then a cup of potato starch.
Okay.
That's gonna get all mixed up. Some salt and pepper. There we go. And then
I love this.
Mix.
I don't know if what your art skills are like, but if you've got a kid, I mean, mine loves Smileys. They absolutely adore them. So maybe you've got a little shaper or something. You can maybe create
I think
some
you just
little
believe in me, and I'm going to try.
Are you going to give me a little smiley face?
I'm going to try my best.
Can
but
do
also,
it. I know you can.
If I can't,
it's all right.
Flavor.
It's all about flavor wins at the end of the day. Luckily, with all of my efforts, my kids have become pretty forgiving. If I tell them it's a hippopotamus, they're like, yeah, Dad, that's great.
That's great.
We love it.
There we go.
We're using, obviously, the right ingredients here. We preach about using top quality ingredients, but it does tell in that final product. And here we are using, as I said, to balance out those hot, smoky flavors. We've got the Clover Classic Dairy Snack, deliciously smooth, beautifully creamy dairy snack, and it gives you that creamy taste. It's delicious, and of course, it's going to be the perfect foil, a balance for those spicy flavors. Added to that, as a parent, you get the added security of knowing that it's a source of 10 vitamins. It's available in some amazing flavors, of which today we are using using just the plain flavor because we're adding the flavor to that. And this becomes a beautiful sounding board as well.
So in the meantime, while I'm doing this, please can you fold the peri-peri sauce with the Clover Classic?
Ooh, yum, yum, yum.
There we go. So I've got 3 here, and I'm going to take a fork. Do I have... Okay, so I don't have tools to make smiles.
I have faith. I have faith. How much of our dairy snack do you think we need?
About a cup.
About a cup.
There we go. And then...
Beautiful. I appreciate the effort here. And this, I mean, for the sake of the gram, please, if you're going to be creating your own, beautiful, I'm going to add a little bit more, creations like this, please post pictures and show us. Simple as that. It pops into the hot oil, and obviously be very careful at this stage because, you know, it will pop and splatter.
It will
so
pop,
just make sure that you do it safely, and this is not a part of the process for the kids. And then, Bob's your uncle. You take them out and you dip them in the sauce, and it's absolutely amazing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So with Clover Classic, we have proven that you are a winner every day, but here's a way you can win even more. You stand a chance of winning your share of 500,000 Rand in prizes. So to enter, buy any Clover Classic custard, dairy snack, fat spread or mayonnaise, and then simply WhatsApp that till slip of your purchase to 074 909 0000, and you can find all the terms and conditions that apply on clover.co.za. Classic, timeless taste taken to another level. Tano, well done.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hello, Dad. Welcome back. Found another Pedro.
Yes.
Collecting Pedros this morning.
I was sleeping.
Oh.
You're the hype person today. You're the hype person, the chaperone, the social media person to get the content for Gemma.
The driver.
But so proud to do it. I mean, so happy. Like, it's not about me today. I got to just drive these 3 amazing kids to studio.
And listening to them, chatting to them, I think the take-home for us has been they're going to be okay. The kids are all right.
They are.
This generation, I think, they care about each other. They care about themselves. They're awake to what's going on in the world. It's beautiful. Woke?
Yeah, they're woke.
I hate the term woke, man, because they're already there. You know, we need to be woken up. Not them. Absolutely love it, man.
Yes,
so thank you so much to all the young people who have inspired us. Let's do a bit more of that.
Absolutely. Can we say that this is our favorite Pedro? Because she is here.
She is. No, she is.
Gemma Pedro is here with a final performance called You Say by Lauren Daigle. Take it away, Gemma.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. And you say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. 'Cause you have every failure, God. You have every victory. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe, oh, I believe.
For when it's chilly or rainy or just for the sake of it, here's the toastiest ways of keeping winter at bay, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.